is an incredible animator here at
Yes.
Super Evil, and you can tell plays the game. Making some nice work, some nice ganks with the rocket leaps into the thunder strikes, securing plenty
nice
of kills.
engage, but they'd, oh man. Yeah, they're making quick work
I
of
don't
this
know,
thing.
stacking Flash X with 2 devs. That's a pretty strong team.
Yeah, especially
On
two
blue
devs
side.
that know what they're doing.
Yeah, they certainly do.
Yeah, they
Lots.
are putting in some work.
Lots goes all the way back to the LBX days.
Yes,
all right.
he does.
So, Catherine is in this match. We can talk a little bit about balance as we go. Catherine is in this match. So, Catherine was dealing a little bit too much damage for the utility she provides.
Yes.
So the damage is down on Merciless Pursuit, but that is surely not slowing down Flash X.
No.
So you can see that's fine.
And her Merciless Pursuit wasn't intended for damage dealing. It's, you know, CC. So
Correct.
And that hasn't changed, so Catherine is still going to do Catherine things.
There you go.
Annoy the crap out of people and stunning them out of their ults and what have yous.
Grace, you know, as illuminated on Twitter recently, Grace was the fastest hero in the game.
Yes.
By quite a bit, and she's in full plate armor, and that's kind of hard to do. Be super fast in full plate armor. So movement speed down from 3.7 to 3.5 on Grace.
Yeah.
Heal strength reduced on the ult, and crystal ratio increased on the ult.
You're welcome.
Don't turn
Oh
your
no,
back.
is that Nibmet?
Guess who's taking over
no.
the team?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We didn't put him on the stream, and he still found a way onto the stream.
Oh, is that how it goes?
It's a Nivvasion.
Get him, Cam.
So-
Get him. Yes.
Oof.
Oh, don't turn your back on him, though.
Hello, Nibmet.
There you go.
How are you
How are
guys?
you this morning? Happy update
There
day.
you go.
Happy update
Oh,
day. Oh my goodness, that damage by Matty Camel.
There you go.
Putting in work.
There you go. All right. So, Nibmet, Mr. Live Balance guy.
Hello,
So,
hello.
Do you want to, you know, I could swap out with Niv if you want to take over.
It's a pretty good time, Nibmet. You want to come say
Yeah.
hello to everybody?
I think it's a good time.
Yeah, come say hello.
All right,
to
man.
everyone.
Come say hello. We'll talk about all the things in the update. All right.
All right,
So,
well,
Nibmet's going to swap in Hitman.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me this
it was a
morning.
pleasure.
It was
I'm
always
glad
a
I was
pleasure.
able to speak to the people.
Hitman, one of the nicest people in the building.
Thank you.
Comes in with a smile on his face every day. Brightens up everybody's mood.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Incredible at what he does.
I try to be.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right,
And now a better man
Nibmet has crawled.
enters.
Nibmet has crawled out of bed and onto the stream. Well, welcome, Nibmet.
I see you guys tried doing the downtime without telling me. I see how it is.
Oh yeah, well this is a bit of a surprise update. We like to keep people on their
You
toes.
didn't even tell me.
No, why would we tell you?
Surprise!
There we go. That's how we do.
Okay. Look at these scarf plushies. They're so adorable.
They are.
I'll be going back to bed with.
All right, welcome, Nibmet. All right.
Okay.
So let's talk about things. First up, we have this new hero. I want your take on the new hero, Reza.
Okay, this hero is incredible. He's mobile. He's high. Excuse me. He's mobile. He's high DPS. He has forms of evasion and free movement that no one else does. This guy is beautiful.
A beautiful fiery assassin. Whoa, that was a long-range merciless pursuit. All right, so if you were to give players one thing to keep in mind as they try out this hero for the first time, what would it be?
So this guy is very heavy in ratios, but base damages he's not super high on. His highest base damages really are in his dash, when he dashes through a target, if you are maxing that. So for me, like if I went the Aftershock build like this, I may have max B instead of A. If you're more magey, which personally I think is the more recommended situation because of his high ratios, I would max A to get that extended range on A.
He's got like 2 health, 50 health. 50 health out of 2,000.
Well, everyone else is completely... Poor Saw doesn't have the
like I hear
mobility
a
that Reza
Zken.
does.
I feel like I hear a Zken in the background.
I feel like I do too. So, like, I like to go like Shatterglass Clockwork. At that point, I'd either go Broken Myth if I'm playing more pokey, or if I'm more hard engaging on squishies, I'd actually, dare I say it, go Frostprint over a Broken Myth. I know.
What?
I know.
What?
I know. Like,
I disagree.
Physics released an article on this. I was actually reading it this morning.
Wait, physics says to go Frostburn instead of Broken Myth?
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that.
Yeah, physics says there's no way I'm saying no to it.
I don't agree with you, but I agree with physics. Whatever physics says.
Also, he's got a pretty long range on his A when it's overdrive though, so you can do a broken, and if you have a clockwork broken myth, or I'm sorry, clockwork confusion, your cooldown is low enough that you can actually stack your broken myth just by throwing out A skills. So it's not an awful move. It's just it's a dependent on team comp, which is great that we have the hero is based on oh, so close. Like the block was off by half a second, the heal didn't make it by half a second. There was just all these like things that didn't make it by like half a second.
Can't beat the devs. The devs make the game. The Yeti is just kicking the crystal.
When did Flash join us?
Just kicking the crystal. Nah,
GG,
Flash
you
didn't
guys.
do anything in that game.
Flash didn't do anything? Okay.
16 assists?
No.
No. That's all it does.
What the hell did Mighty Camel
Back
do
to
to
the
them?
desk, guys.
13 and 3?
Alright, Shin.
What did I
I have
miss?
also heard that it is Flash's birthday.
What?
It is Flash's birthday.
Happy birthday, Flash.
Happy birthday, Flash.
16 assists for his birthday. Everybody get on the socials and wish Flash X, the
And
incredible roamer of TSM, a happy birthday.
Now, I did
Lots
not.
and Mighty Camel, too strong.
Amusingly enough, though, I did not confirm this, so it would be hilarious if we just trolled him.
That's fine too. If it's not his birthday, that's also fine. You can still show love to Flash and a great team. All right. If you're just joining us, about 3 hours of downtime. So, you know, I don't know, 2 hours, 30 minutes left of downtime or so. Someone tell me when we started this crazy thing. Until we are in update 2.7. When update 2.7 hits, you will likely, all right, I'm going to do this. I'll put in my passcode. All right, you will likely see something like this, Glory Refund, okay? And you can hit the button and you can claim your Glory Refund. What is this all about? All right.
So, we tuned the economy for leveling up talents.
We did.
And because of that, we're like, okay, well, this isn't fair to a lot of the players who had already spent the money to, or all the glory to get the levels that they had already. So, we created the Glory Refund, where it was, here's all the extra glory that you would have had, so you can go spend it on more talents for me.
Yeah, and we're talking about radical reductions in the costs of upgrading talents, specifically upgrading talents, especially at the early levels. We got a lot of feedback. You know, we've been monitoring talents and Blitz as we go, and we heard a couple things from the players. One was they're getting stuck. They're getting stuck. They're running out of glory. They can't advance. They're interested in the system, but they can't upgrade. They can't do enough. And so in this update, we have dramatically reduced the prices, especially at the early end, the costs of upgrading talents. And as Nimed said, we didn't want people who participated early to kind of be punished for participating early. So if you got talents before now, we are going to refund you 100% of the difference between the old cost and the new cost. That means you are going to, if you have been really participating heavily in talents, you're going to get a mother load of glory back. I believe it's my understanding that in just about every server region, when you open the app, you will get your refund right away. You can claim it right away. There's a chance if you're in South America region that it might be slightly delayed. So don't freak out. You will get, whatever refund it is that you are supposed to get. But
I'm
this
excited.
is Super Evil trying to do right by our players. Excuse me, make sure. And then people have a lot more glory. They can use that glory and pump it into talents, because talents have also been rebalanced.
I started this patch with that patch with 250,000 glory that I had gathered over the course of years. I am now at 5,000.
No, from participating in the talent system.
So I can't wait to get my refund.
There you go.
It's like my tax refund. Yes.
There you go. And the other thing that we've done, so the other thing that you told us was that the talents weren't impactful enough, that you were going into games, you were equipping talents, and you weren't feeling the impact of those talents enough, and so why would you bother upgrading talents if you're not feeling the talents, you're not feeling it in Blitz, you're not feeling it in Battle Royale. So there's also been a pretty dramatic talents rebalancing that will assuredly correct that problem. So definitely, check out talents, have some fun with talents in this update cycle.
I did invite you.
Invite me again.
All right, so we're going to get another game going. Before we do that, Shin Kaigen.
Yes.
Would you be so kind to show us some pretty skins?
Sure thing. Which one do you want to see first?
Let's start.
You want to start big?
Let's start big.
Okay, I want to see Rona.
All right. Red
Let's start big.
Rona, legendary skin. There she is.
I utterly adore this skin. I can't tell you how cool this skin is.
And we'll try to get Rona into some games.
Each of her swords, one is lightning and the other one has like darkness. So when she swings them, you could see the after effects of like darkness or electricity streaming off the swords.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Like
and
I
and
can't
of course
even
just the
describe,
fact that she has swords now, with a lot of players have wanted a skin where Rona has swords, this berserker. So
even her ult looks utterly awesome. Like,
yeah.
She actually looks like she's blade dancing. It's super cool.
So in addition to, and feel free to kick off a game whenever you're ready, Shin Kaigen.
Niv needs to accept the invite.
I didn't. Sorry.
What? All right.
I was so excited about Rona that I was just.
All right. So in addition to the blood red hair, the mud war paint, the Viking Queen circle. I'm reading the sugar venom. Can you tell I'm reading the sugar venom language again?
You do it every time.
The Viking Queen circlet.
She says it
the
way
silver loop belt, skull embellished armor.
I don't see it.
Axe bladed pauldron, all new death sword and light sword, as Nimet was saying. But then the animation changes. A whole new animation suite featuring sword attacks, forward spin and reverse splash on foe splitter. Buries her swords in the ground for into the fray. All new deliberate menacing run, all out berserker raging multi-slash red mist attack. We better get Rona into this game. You should play Rona and put the skin on.
I'll play her next time.
All right. Summon the shadow and lightning poses for recall, so a new recall animation as well. And on effects, the swords are imbued with lightning and shadow, arcing and slashing lightning and shadow attacks. Lightning strikes when she jumps and recalls. This is an incredible legendary skin. All right, and we'll show it off. We'll show it off soon.
So.
All right, they're into hero select.
They are.
You should select a hero.
Oh no, hang on. I need to turn lots blue.
Don't worry about that right now.
Okay, I'll do that later. But yeah, so there's a couple heroes in this game who've gotten some decent changes. Grace was one, you mentioned her earlier. So something that's really important to note is Grace's kit was so heavily, there was a lot in her kit, right?
Yeah.
And the reason for that is Ciderhelm intended for her to build Crystal, which means she had to opt out of another item, right? She had to lose the Crucible or the Atlas Pauldron or something.
Right.
And something that of note is that
Play the game.
Players did not. I'm spectating.
Oh, you're just spectating Vainglory. I'm like,
Go ahead into the game.
All right, here we go.
So players were not. Pro players would go. A lot of players are going like Fountain, maybe an Echo, and then they would just build like Atlas and Crucible, and they didn't take the hit where it was intended, right?
Right.
And so Echo, because the base heal was so high, the Echo was just more than enough. So what we ended up doing is we lowered the strength of the heal at second and third levels and increased the CP ratio. So if you want that type of level of healing that you should be having, you need to actually build some crystal.
All right, well that's good to know, and that's interesting. It'll play out that way. Now, Nimet, why I wanted you to play in this game was so we could get a Rona into this game. We ended up without a Rona in this game.
I'm sorry.
And so we'll wait.
Shin put me in spectator.
So Nimet will keep people waiting on seeing that skin, but we will show you all of the skins. We do have the Valkyrie Grace in here.
You know what? I would not mess with the guy who could draw random things on your face back here.
Draw random things on my face? What?
Absolutely.
All right. Any other heroes that are in this game that have balance changes you want to talk about?
Ability. No. They went two Kestrels. I saw someone hovering a Baron earlier though.
All right, talk about Baron.
So Baron, while we weren't looking, we had given him a smaller rocket launcher, and while we weren't looking, he went and grabbed his old rocket launcher because he didn't like the new one. So that was But we refitted him now. His auto attacks now deal 120% damage instead of 130% damage. And something that we sort of removed that was not really design intent is so after Baron's had overdrive, he jumps, and during that period of time, he's CC immune. We actually had added a second CC immunity after he lands. And during this time, it didn't really make a lot of sense. It was invisible. There was no particle effect showing that you're CC immune. So let's say I'm playing Cruel, and I jump the Baron. He jumps away, and I'm like, haha! I throw my sword after him. Right after, it would be blocked.
Right.
And I would be totally and utterly confused and sad. So we have fixed this. It now only makes him CC immune during the jump.
Okay. Well, that's
so
good.
If you're
Didn't need more.
you're overdriving it because you want to get out of that Ardent Gauntlet, it will work. Jump. But if you're gonna jump into, let's say, a Grace B skill and shoot her, and you land, she'll knock you into the air. You're not CC immune anymore.
It took people some time to get on the Baron train, but I'm glad they're there now.
You were one of the first passengers on this train.
That's true. Happily so.
You had been yelling at Chuck on almost every stream about this train and how he's on the wrong train. And then finally he got on this train.
He got on the train. So, some items as well got touched in this update. You want to talk about the items?
That's true. So, we have Null Wave Gauntlet. We made it a bit cheaper for everyone. So, Null Wave is a great activatables counter, right? That was its intended design. And it does do that, but the problem is that it's really expensive in comparison to most other items when you look at stat cost. The item almost gave you no bonus stats upon completion. It only gave you the active. And so because of that, I've lowered the price of it. It should be a little bit more available for people to use. And if you see that those people going, I'm rushing Fountain, Crucible, Atlas, like everything, and Contraption, whatever, this is a good item pickup.
Okay.
So another big one, Tension Bow. We had we tuned up the Pierce on it because it was just out of meta at the time, and we didn't realize that. Well, I suppose it was expected, but it became a core item build on a lot of heroes, and that was not it became core item on heroes that shouldn't even be utilizing it.
So interesting how that item just goes completely out of fashion and then is like the must buy. It just ebbs and flows.
By 2% Pierce. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
So we returned it back to its original state. With the current situation, it should be a lot better because the meta has shifted since then. And that also brings us to the second one, the Poison Shiv.
Another item that's been everywhere.
So, Poison Shiv, it took a while for this item to gain traction. People weren't realizing how good this was. I remember we had tuned this item up, and I literally went to shoot. This item is bonkers.
Shin, what are you doing back there, man?
My headphones
I adjusted my headset.
Oh,
Shin!
Oops.
You're hurting us.
That hurt.
Shin is stuffing his mouth with marbles.
Hey, I mean, you wanted to be on stream. This is what happens.
Well, then you should be in the conversation, man. Talk with your buddy Nimmet.
No, I defer to his expertise.
Okay. Can they hear him as he's
Yes,
talking?
they can.
Oh, okay. There's been, in the past, I've talked to him in the past, and it's like I'm talking to my imaginary friend, and everyone thinks I'm crazy. But, Shin, we obviously play a lot of rank together. We see this all the time. Poison Shiv, like I was saying, I had shouted to the world how ridiculous this item is, and no one believed me, and it took a while to gain traction, and then people started to figure out that this item's attack speed was insanely high for its cost, as well as it gave you damage and lifesteal. It was a great item. And so it became a core staple build on every single hero.
Maybe you shouldn't have shouted as loud, I would think.
No one believed me. What do you want from me? So what we actually ended up I ended up going back, and I'm like, okay, this item is now gaining lots of traction. So I've toned down the attack speed on it. I've toned down the attack damage on it. It is now a little bit more acceptable for its stats. It is now more of a counter item. A couple heroes can build it as part of their core, but for the most part, if you're building it just at any time, you're going to be losing a bit of damage compared to some of the item choices that you could have made.
And I do see some people in chat. Wait, there's a new hero? Yes, there's a new hero. Reza,
Surprise!
Fiery Assassin heading to the fold. Maybe while you're here, let's run through the kit one more time for anyone who might have joined us late. We got 2 Rezas in this game, I believe. Yes, we do. We have 2 Rezas. So, Reza, first up, his heroic perk, Firestarter. Basically, his other abilities apply Firestarter to targets, and then basic attacks consume Firestarter, dealing crystal damage. It's like putting down the gasoline and then lighting it on fire.
I was going to say, Reza poses, wowing his enemies, and if he touches them, they freak out in fandom, and they take damage.
Okay, that could also be true. Now, Scorcher, his A, he smashes the ground, creates a fiery shockwave in front of him, deals damage to anything it passes through, and collides with the first enemy or jungle monster it hits.
This is his sort of poke ability. This is his wave clear. Like this, I would start and max this ability in general. Like this is the ability I would start and max with, if I was playing it. Ow!
Okay.
Where did that arrow come from?
Ooh, using the dash, and that is Troublemaker. As you see, the dash, he's got 2 charges of it.
So
and
fast.
When he dashes, he deals damage to anything he passes
So this
through.
is a hero who has 3.5 movement speed. He's fast. He deserves to be fast. He is a speedy fire assassin.
And how are they building similarly?
He went Frostburn, which is, I don't think that's a bad thing. But he's got to land those A's.
So someone in chat was asking if he's good as a weapon power carry.
So no, Reza's base damages are particularly low, so if you build weapon power, you will lose a lot of damage. In addition to that, as we're going to find out, his ultimate, oof, oh, it was Valiant that, Hitman swoops in!
Oh, it was a nice grace ult, but sometimes, when you get yourself locked down and that
Mighty
one shot,
Camel.
one kill, the only person you're killing is yourself.
Mighty Camel lives with the smidgen of life with his ult, and then heals himself up
That's how Mighty Camel does.
perfectly. It was executed flawlessly.
All right, so Netherform Detonator is Reza's ultimate. He vanishes.
Did you talk about Troublemaker?
Yeah,
Oh.
two charges. Dashy.
Yeah.
Dashy.
But it also, did you mention that it deals damage along the dash and does an empowered attack after?
I talked about Empower Attack last time, not this time.
Oh, well, if there are people who are coming in now and we're mentioning this kit to them, shouldn't we mention it again? Yes. So he does damage on his pass through. This has a higher base damage, low ratio. So if you're going more aftershocky build, where you're a bit more tanky, you want to utilize this. If you are more assassiny, you're going to want his more empowered attack, which has a low base, high ratio, because you're going to dash and maybe do a max range auto attack. So, and this ability does have a long cooldown to get charges. So if you want to use your charges very wisely, if you're going to use both charges for damage, make sure that you finish that fight. If you don't, you may be in major trouble.
All right, and the ultimate Netherform Detonator, he vanishes, reappears at the target location in his empowered Freak form, and upon reappearing, he unleashes a blazing explosion, damaging enemies and consuming Firestarter within the target radius, then applies Firestarter to everything so that he can basic attack them and light them up.
Yep. So he pops, so a good combo is start off with your A to get Firestarter on
Almost
your target.
punched me in the face.
I did not. I maybe I almost, never mind. So he throws his A, then he ults. It will pop that Firestarter. Then it will apply a new Firestarter.
Yep. And
then you can use your dash and powered attack to proc Firestarter again. That's his core short range combo.
Shablow.
Shablow. It'll do a lot of damage, like, in a very short amount of time.
And for anyone who is wondering, The talents for Reza. Burning Barrier is the rare talent. Troublemaker,
I like that one a lot.
Troublemaker grants Reza a barrier for a short duration, so that's the B. That's the dash, gives him a
Makes
barrier.
It actually makes it pretty tanky.
Fire Maker, Troublemaker applies Fire Starter to enemy heroes he passes through. So as he dashes through targets,
That
it'll
one makes him
apply
do a lot
Fire
of
Starter,
damage.
so then he can basic attack and light it up. Those things work together. And Nether Rage is the legendary Nether Form Detonator. The ultimate grants Reza bonus attack speed and lasts longer.
So, part of the reason for that one is that most people, when they saw Reza's ult, they're like, "Can I build alternating current on him? I want to apply and pop fire starters as many times as possible." And you know what? Even in his current kit, you can. But, ooh. Mighty Camel, why do you always get away?
Oh!
Never mind.
Double.
But people wanted to apply it as quickly as possible. So the legendary was just like, fine, you want to do this thing where you go alternating current, just beat your enemies down like almost Bruiser-like? Do it. So this will extend the duration of his ult and give him attack speed.
All right, so we've been on for, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes now, estimated 3 hours of downtime. So hang out with us. We're going to go through all the things. We have a lot more still to talk about, really, and we're going to show off all the different skins that are coming in this update. Let's talk about some additional things we haven't talked about yet. So maybe we'll do a Blitz mode, Blitz game at some point. We can talk about the Blitz changes. We'll save that until then. Some user interface updates. So we added Grace to the hero quest. Makes sense. We removed the play casual quest because we were getting some feedback. It was coming up too soon. It was blocking people.
Some people are also they love their ranked games, right?
Yeah.
Like some people, it's like, I want to play ranked. I want to feel competitive at all times. And so you know, they want to be competitive during those games. Like forcing them into another queue was making them unhappy, and we heard that and we removed that.
And hero-specific quests now refresh out after 12 hours, not 18, so better for players.
Yep.
Okay. Tap and hold scoreboard I mentioned before, but for anyone who is just joining us, if you play a lot of Vainglory, this is something you really are going to want to check out. It just speeds everything up, where instead of hitting the scoreboard button, looking at stuff, hitting the scoreboard button again to close the scoreboard will only display when you have your finger down on the button, and when you release the button, the scoreboard will go away. It just is more efficient, does things faster. It's not on by default. You can toggle it on if it's something you're interested in, but it's something I think that is really worth for people to check out.
Sorry.
One other additional thing, most game modes now hide heroes you don't own so that it's easier to contemplate and select your hero for each match, which is a nice little thing. And I'd love to talk about
slew of balance changes,
you know,
and then
yeah,
a lot of talent changes.
Yes, and
So people were saying they didn't feel impacting enough with the talent changes. Well, we cranked it up.
Yeah.
We cranked it up a lot.
all right, so
You will feel impacting.
and we are looking forward to everyone's feedback on that. All right, so a whole area that I'd like to talk about here. We delayed the release of 2.7 because we were getting feedback that while we were, working on stuff, elements of the app had begun, in terms of quality of life, quality of service, were not where we want them to be. We were listening to players. We delayed 2.7 so that we could spend a lot of time improving this stuff. And I wanted, people who read the update notes or who watched the August developer update video already have heard about this, but it's important, so thought I'd take a minute, get into it here. So let's run through some of the things that we did in this extended 2.7 cycle to make the game better for players. First, we fixed a major frame rate issue impacting all Brawl game modes. So if you're having frame rate issues in Brawl modes, that should be resolved. Certainly tell us if it's not, but it should be. Another one, this is a big one, especially for players in SEA region. We modified chat configurations to improve chat stability, and maybe ultimately in the long run, more importantly, we significantly increased the amount of instrumentation that we have with chat so that we can better identify issues and resolve issues as they arise. So our hope is here that when 2.7 hits, that if you had been having chat issues, that you won't have chat issues anymore. But if you do, please let us know in the forums, let us know on the subreddit, because now we have additional instrumentation, and the amazing regional community managers or CS team can take a look at your particular situation, use the new instrumentation to figure out what is going on for this player. Why is this player having chat issues? And then that will help us identify, number one, is this just something local to this individual player? They got some weirdness with their local provider? Or is this something widespread to a bunch of players and we can correct something that's going to make the experience better for everyone? So we believe chat should be better in 2.7, and we believe that should anyone have issues with chat 2.7 on, we have significantly better ways to identify those issues and resolve them, hopefully, you know, with a hot fix if necessary. Next, a step change improvement in match accept stability. In some regions, match accept, there have been issues with match accept where you can't accept or the screen doesn't pop and then you get an LPQ warning and it's like,
Yeah, that was
F my life, why am I getting an LPQ warning? This is not okay.
fantastic life.
Yeah, exactly. So that should be significantly better. Animations are more efficient. Network traffic is reduced. Memory usage is reduced. A lot of improvements there. And then we get to latency, lag, and lag spikes, and lag fluctuations, you know, where you're it's fine, and then it's bad ping, and then it's good ping, and it's bad ping. It's all over the place. A lot of time and energy Locori and his team spent in this cycle on improving this, putting in new local servers, new local server infrastructure, big improvements.
I love the developer update, by the way, the pings that you popped up. That was very clever.
That
Shin.
was a Shin. Yeah, Shin is
Very
the clever
clever
one.
Shin.
Shin's the clever one. I'm the dunderhead. He's the clever one. All right. So I'm going to run through this really quick. It might sound boring, but it's worth, and because it impacts so many players, it's so important to players. If your ping is messed up, really nothing else matters. First, the changes that we made in the 2.7 cycle are now, based on the data, positively impacting 34% of players globally, and we'll keep pushing that number up and up and up. In Southeast Asia, a 35% decrease in the number of lag spikes. In Australia, lag spikes reduced by 15%. I should switch off with you. That'll make it more entertaining. All right.
It's fine. You were saying these during the developer
I know, I
update.
was.
So as you're saying, I'm imagining a little ping
the
appearing.
little battle log. All right, you do this one.
I was gonna say we could always just play the developer update for anyone that has missed it.
We could. I don't know if that's one of those things that players like or if it's annoying. Shin, what do you think, Shin? You're the boss.
Well, let's ask chat then.
Well, that's awkward because then I don't know if I should keep reading this.
Well, there's a team fight about to happen. So you can talk about that.
Ooh!
All right, call the action, Nimmet.
So Evil just took a ton of damage from the start. Reza jumps in, gets blown up. You can't jump in as 3 people. You are an assassin, not a bruiser as that hero. Hitman's playing it right, but he's now just did the exact thing that he was not supposed to do.
Wow, the commentator's curse is real.
Then,
As I expected,
the
Shin,
cleanup right
it's
there.
about 50-50 on play it or dear God, please don't play it. so Shin, you got to make a call here, buddy.
Okay, you can go ahead and you guys can swap off.
All right. So, how we doing in Indonesia with latency, Nimmet?
so let's see here. Indonesia, we reduced average ping by 11%, improved ping. Okay, and you moved it. I don't have this memorized, just so you know. So those are the.
Will it help if I make the sound effect like bing?
Oh yeah, you should. Go for it.
So we've reduced ping by average ping by 11%, improved ping consistency by 62%.
62%.
62%. That's a ridiculous number, actually. Meaning far fewer wild fluctuations in ping, and with less lag spikes reduced by 13%.
Where's my sound effect, Shin?
Bing! There it is.
All right, in the Philippines, we reduced average ping by
God, that
6%,
damage.
improved consistency by 32%, with lag spikes reduced by 24%. In India, 20% improvement in consistency, 8% reduction in lag spikes. Cambodia, average ping reduced by 19%, consistency up by 32%, lag spikes reduced by 55%. In Thailand, average ping reduced by 8%, consistency improved by 35%, lag spikes reduced by 23%. In Korea, we dropped it from 72 milliseconds down to 61 ms. That matters to the players there. They do not want any ms, and lag spikes reduced by 10%.
They are done and the game is over.
So
North America lag spikes down by 10%, Europe by 4%, and we're going to take this, it's working, we're going to take this tech, we're going to take our learnings, and we're going to keep applying it to the rest of the world until 100% of players are benefiting. What were you saying, Shin?
I was going to say, so by swapping off with Niv, you mean you give him one country.
I did.
And then you steal the thunder.
It's okay, I had Indonesia.
He had a little bit of a rough go.
I had Indonesia, I don't mind. I love Indonesia.
We love Indonesia.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt
So
like
I'm
I put him on the spot there, and then
It's all good. It's all good. I don't compare. Like you've had practice.
Right.
On this,
I did.
so.
I have read these maybe more than once before.
So I'm curious, how many bloopers did you manage to go through for these?
Not that many, really.
Really?
Shin, how did we do on this when we were filming it?
Surprisingly good. I mean, I think playoff is pretty used to being on camera, so.
It wasn't so bad.
I love the post you threw up on Twitter.
Yeah, we had some good bloopers from the Ciderhelm interview, which the subtitles are being translated right now. We should have that up soon. Ciderhelm interview on 5v5.
That's great.
Coming very soon.
I loved it.
And then check out the update notes. There's a slew of bug fixes. It's a mile long. I don't want to get into it, but you know, certain ones players are looking for, like the Samuel A fix, are in there. But it is a long list of bug fixes as well as talent bug fixes. So
balance changes.
Well,
that list is huge.
Yeah, we're not going to get into all of that. But Shin Kaigen, we still have skins to show off. But before that, for anyone who joined us late, Shin, could we please show that Reza hero teaser video? I'll say words slowly as he pounces to the other terminal to get it ready. Could we show that Reza teaser, please, sir, Mr. Shin Kaigen, sir? Nimmet, you missed your chance. You're going to run off. And
yeah, I was.
You hesitated. You can't hesitate.
Yeah,
hesitation is death in Vainglory.
You made me laugh.
Hesitation is death.
I wanted to go get a Kleenex, and that was not the.
He's like, can I go right now? I'm like, he's like, ah. It's like with the shot call when you're like, no, we're going, no, we're not going in, oh, we're going. Oh, now we're just all dead.
No, you said, what? Do you want cocaine? And I was like, no, I want the Kleenex.
Excuse me?
What? Never mind. That's totally not what happened.
I don't think so. Excuse me?
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry.
I don't even understand that joke. All right.
So there's this thing called... No, I'm just...
All right. No. No, that is not what's happening right now. All right. So, Shin Kaigen, on that strange note, can we show...
Oh, I'm in this game.
Can we show the rest of this kit? For the love of Pete, can you get the Rona in the game?
Thank
you, sir.
I am the Rona. I'm in the game.
Yep. Which skin do you want to see next?
I'm going to use
I want to see Dire Fortress and the cute little green thingamajobber.
Oh,
all right.
I'm going to be Killer Bunny Rona's Special Edition.
Oh, do not mess with me, buddy.
Quick, what is the
me.
name of the little green doll that's on his back?
Grum.
Excuse me?
That's how you pronounce it.
Sorry, could you say that again? I missed it.
Korb, the war doll.
No, it's what you said.
That's what I said.
No, you said...
I said it in his language.
Oh, can you read it again so I can know how it says?
Korb, the magic green war doll.
Oh, okay.
There it is. All right, so
okay.
he's all sorts of things. He's scarred. He's wounded. He's got blinded eyes. He's got a furry chest. He's got a harness and a saddle, and he's got the crazy green magic war doll on his back. That is the Fortress skin that will be in this game. Thank you, Mighty Camel. Someone is paying attention. I can always rely on Mighty Camel. So we will have the new Fortress skin in this game, along with Red Rona. There she is. Give me the zooms. Oh, that is not nearly zoomed enough, Shin Kaigen. Where's your zoom game? Your zoom game is so off today. Bring it in. Bring it in. Dire Fortress with Korb, the little war doll on his back, and that incredible Red Rona. We got 2 Red Ronas. This skin is outrageous.
Someone finish her.
All right, so we're going to take a look at all the skins as we go. And for anyone who joined us late, there are some really huge announcements that are worth spending a couple of minutes on. So first off, Super Evil Megacorp just this morning did announce an additional $19 million in funding from our incredible investors. So we are incredibly grateful for that, incredibly grateful, you know, to be frank, you know, we made a bet, you know, that core and MOBA was the future of mobile gaming. And we did so back when there weren't a whole lot of believers. But, you know, time has shown that that was a good bet, and that we are growing, and that we are getting stronger, and it's pretty exciting. It's a pretty exciting time. So we're very, very excited that we're growing and that we're expanding the team, that we're expanding the office space, all the job recs that are posted right now, especially for engineering positions. So it's a pretty exciting time. And, you know, pretty much, you know, Nimmet, we've talked about this many times before, but kind of the core identity of Super Evil Megacorp as a company is this idea that gamers on mobile are not lesser than PC and mobile gamers. They may not have, you know, they may be mobile first, and they may not have grown up on the types of PC and console games that we grew up on, but that doesn't mean that they're not any less hungry for incredible core games with incredible graphics, with incredible gameplay. You know,
it's not only that way. It's also PC gamers who come to mobile.
It is.
So I mean, I myself am one of these gamers who are. I didn't expect to receive such a full, complete game from a mobile experience.
And exactly. And so we set out to say we're not going to compromise this experience. We are going to bring a true core, uncompromising game with superior gameplay, superior graphics, deep, rich story that Sugar Venom brings us all the time, characters with depth. I mean, even this latest thing with Reza, if you're reading the lore, that Reza is the boy who breathes fire and who has a relationship to Samuel that you can read about and all these things, but deep story, deep characters that you can invest in, incredible graphics, incredible gameplay, the most powerful engine in mobile. This is what Super Evil Megacorp and Vainglory stand for, and we're excited that, you know, the investors, the people in the industry believe in us, that believe in this game, believe in this company, and we're very, very excited for the days ahead.
I am too, actually.
Yeah, so it's a pretty exciting day on that front. Also exciting because we announced that the World Championship, the next World Championship, will be in Singapore. So Singapore is where it all began for Vainglory. Then a little app in beta called Kindred, if you know our history, that was the very first place we ever went live in beta to see, hey, is anybody going to be into this? Is anybody going to like MOBA on mobile? And then I believe there were only 7 heroes in the game. It only went through SAW at the time. All sorts of crazy bugs, like there was a bug at the time where if you didn't lock in a hero, it would give you Catherine, and you could end up with 3 Catherines on one team, and versus a Catherine, Adagio, Ringo. Some really funny combinations, but
Stutter
those
Step
players,
itself was originally a bug.
those players in Singapore and the Philippines originally are incredible player base in Southeast Asia. They've been with us from the beginning, so loyal, so supportive, so into this game, so into this community. We really, from the very beginning, wanted to try to create a positive, supportive community, and all the amazing players in Southeast Asia just embraced that immediately and helped us create something truly special. And we're so excited that we can take the World Championship and we can bring it back to Singapore and celebrate this game, celebrate this community, celebrate how far we've come as a game with the pinnacle of the esports year.
I actually got several messages of excitement the moment we announced that. So,
of course, all the Tatya and the Zyronels of the world, you know, it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I was looking back through the names of some of those original players for, I don't know, maybe the 1 or 2 players watching this stream who remember Neo Charles and Honey Bunch and Toilets and Party God and some of these original players in then Kindred, now Vainglory. It's pretty fun. I'm pretty excited. Not just, of course, that it'll be the you know, the biggest tournament of the esports year, but that also that it really can be a celebration of the game and how far we've come together as a community, evolving this game, shaping this game, making this game what it is today. So 19 million in additional funding, doubling our office space, 20 engineering jobs available, new posts that are posted. We're growing, we're expanding, and we're excited for the future. And of course, 5v5 in progress. We just did I just did an interview with Ciderhelm for 5v5. I sat down with Doer recently, and Doer, thank you for the note letting me know that also that the Red Rona has all new SFX as well, has new sound effects as well. So thank you, Doer, for letting me know about that. But sat down with Doer recently, talked about all the different things that we can take players through in this journey of 5v5 from concept all the way to completion. It's going to be fun. Do you have like 1 health? You have 40 health. 40 health left of 1400. Nicely done.
Calculated.
Calculated. Always calculated risks with Nibmet. So it's an exciting time. Worlds announcement, funding announcement. It's a great time to be playing Vainglory. Great time to be with all of you. Thank you for watching the stream. Update 2.7, it's on track. We're getting, it sounds like we haven't run into any issues with this downtime. This is the update 2.7 server downtime live stream. Estimated 3 hours of downtime. It has been, an hour and change so far. So far, it looks like we might even be trending under the estimate. Always knock on wood when we say that. So before long, we will have everyone back up and back into the game. Right now, you can see the incredible Red Rona skin. You can see the Dire Fortress skin. That is coming as well. There's also Butterfly Celeste we'll talk about as well, is another skin coming in this update. And Valkyrie Grace we've looked at earlier. So 4 incredible skins, a new hero, and glory refunds for most players. That scarf might be out of range. And there you can see the mobility of Reza getting outside of the Dragon's Breath. But who's got a little mobility herself? That would be Red Rona leaping into or out of the fray. But who can catch up to a Rona? A Rona, and secures the kill.
No!
I'm just saying that you guys are between 2 turrets. This turret and this one.
It's
you
like
Zach
Galifianakis between 2 turrets. That'll be our new interview segment, between 2 turrets. Between 2 brush? What do you prefer? What does everyone prefer? All right, and Reza, the only one to survive. Nibmet, talk to me a little bit about this Reza build. So, energy battery, Frostburn first with a little bit of defense, a little bit of cooldown. Do you like that approach? What order do you like to build things in with Reza?
I prefer a much higher high risk, high reward. So he's going a lot tankier. To go in and save the day.
Okay, it sounds like the community wants to see Butterfly Celeste. We'll make sure that that happens in the next game. We'll make sure to show off Butterfly Celeste in the next game. All right.
Push. I'll handle this.
So now Nibmet is playing. Oh, you can see the red mist coming out of Red Rona. This really is a different profile for this hero. Everything looks different. Foe Splitter looks different. Everything looks different. It sounds different. And I love it when we get those legendary skins and it just kind of makes the hero feel new again.
It really does. It really, really does, in all honesty. Like, this skin is gorgeous. It's probably one of my favorites that we've ever released. To be fair, I'm also slightly biased because I actually do play Rona.
Shinkaigen. Good talk, Shin.
Yes, I muted myself because there's a train passing by.
That's just the hype train. That's not a problem. For once they can hear the train, that's good. The train that disturbs all of our filming sessions.
All of our work.
But anyway, you rang?
Yo, talk to me about the things.
The things? Which things? There's lots of things.
I know. What's your favorite of the things?
Well, now I feel like if I say Rona, it's like a cop-out, because he just said Rona was his favorite thing.
It's true. Shin also plays Rona.
All right, so
though in lane.
While we're speaking about Rona, the mighty Shinkaigen, she was getting a little bullied, and she got buff. So fortified health per target hit up pretty significantly
Oh yeah.
for Into the Fray.
So if you into the fray, not out of the fray, then you'll be rewarded more.
Fantastic. Now, I saw some questions about Sky. So Sky, you know, some very specific changes with a very specific intent around Sky Nibnet.
Oh yeah. So Sky was not being used sort of as intended. People would be using her as like a poke mage. Hang on 1 second. I have a runny nose this morning.
He's got a runny nose. Did you turn your mic back on? All right.
Now I did.
All right.
Hi. Hi everyone.
You want to tell us about it?
Okay. So I've altered the ratios around so
That was baffling. I'm
yes.
sorry. Go on.
Yes, it was. Look,
All
it doesn't even look like my team needs me. But hang on, let me go help them really quickly.
Nah. All right, I'm going to tell you what the Sky change is, and then Nibnet will explain it when he's done blowing his nose.
I finished. Thank you very much.
So crystal ratio down from 210% to 110 or to 120 on forward barrage. Lock on bonus crystal ratio increased from 10 to 33%. Explains.
So what ends up happening is if you forward barrage without lock on and hit targets without lock on, you will deal significantly less damage, right? But if you lock onto your target, you will actually deal more damage by a little bit, because Sky's damage already was pretty nuts.
And the reason for this
is people were utilizing Sky's forward barrage not as a form of DPS, more so than a form of poke. You could lose half of your life to a Sky's forward barrage in lane due to the fact that her ratios were ridiculously high. She had a 630% CP ratio over 3 seconds with a 960 base damage at level 5 forward barrage.
Best Chuck and A.
And
The
I'm
little dog
spouting
on
them.
Fortress is cute. Thank you, Best Chuck and A.
Physics, I can't believe you stole that from me. We're not friends anymore.
All right. So really, the bottom line is, you know, skillful strategic use of Sky is still going to be super strong.
Yes.
But just not spammy, you know, cheese Sky for damage.
Yeah. In addition to that, this also creates a form of counterplay. So one of the issues that we were having on Sky is that she would, let's say you were playing a cruel or a melee hero, there was no options that you had. You just were a very sad character for the next 20 to 30 minutes. It just really felt like you didn't want to play the game. And so with this change, you can, let's say you have lock on as cruel, your, you know, support Arden or support can jump in front of the barrage, take a brunt of damage that isn't nearly as high because they don't have the lock on, and then you can get a bit closer. It adds a form of counterplay, which is great.
All right. So that is Sky. Who else? There's a lot of balance changes here. So Baron, we talked about. You are in a fight, and therefore will not respond to anything that I say. But you are showing off the skin quite effectively.
That was a really long fight. How did you survive for so long? You were like that. Oh, that you looked very long.
All right, Nibnet, as you round out this game, I want to do rapid fire through some of these additional balance changes. Okay, Blackfeather, go.
So this change.
All right, Flicker.
Oh, okay. Well.
No, come on.
Moving on. Flicker went to the gym, and now he's tankier, and that's the end of it.
All right, Blackfeather.
Oh my God, I'm still spinning.
GG.
Stop attacking me. I'm trying to do balance notes. Okay. So, Blackfeather, we removed, so his Rose Trail was creating too hard of a counter for a lot of heroes. For example, Flicker would use his B skill, Blackfeather would A him, and now Flicker would be super sad because there's no other form of CC in his kit, except for his A, which was ridiculously hard to land without the usage of your B. So, we shifted this up. For most Blackfeathers, it's not really going to feel very different. You still get a burst of movement speed when you use your A. So you're still getting move speed one way or another. But in addition to that, the Rose Trail was part of a lost design. It was part of a earlier rendition of his kit that made it in, and it really shouldn't have. So we removed it, but to also make it so you stick to your targets better, we increased the duration of the slow per number of stacks that you have of Heartthrob. So if you have 5 stacks of Heartthrob and I B-skill you, you'll get an extra half a second slow attached to this.
That was a delightfully thorough answer.
Well,
Not exactly lightning round.
I'm not well, I'm out of the game now, so I was showing off a skin. I had to make it look good.
That's good. You did make it look good, man. We talked about Catherine. Grace, we talked about. Give me
Just kick
lightning
me from the party.
Give me lightning on Grumpjaw.
So Grumpjaw was doing a bit too much. And it's not only just like his kit just does too much. It was just his sheer numbers were too high. He's supposed to be on the tankier side and being a constant threat, but instead he was bursting his targets down.
Yep.
And I mean like.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he'd be skill a squishy and that'd be half their life, and I'm like, wait, that was a couple autos. That was never the intended design. Even Rome or Captain Grumpjaw would A skill a squishy and then knock off a third of their life and slow them. Not intended design.
Yep. All right. So, we'll keep going through the rest of these as we get into the next game. Could we do, Shinkaigen, sir, a Blitz game next? A Blitz game next, so we can talk about the Blitz changes.
Blitz.
This is a real game.
As if to imply that Blitz is not a real game.
Who said anything about a real game?
You did.
What? I said a Blitz game. Blitz game's a real game, or Battle Royale, either one. No, Battle Royale you can't pick your heroes. I want a Celeste in this game. All right, so can we get a Blitz game and get a Celeste in it with the Butterfly Celeste skin? And while that's getting queued up, Shinkaigen, could we see Butterfly Celeste, please, sir?
So
Thank you very much.
What extreme should I be showing here? Like, I actually have all the talents maxed on this mode. So do I go the ridiculous? Should I tune it down? Where should I start off? Where should I start off?
Whatever you think, man. Whatever you think. So Butterfly Celeste, this skin will be available very soon. Directly for Ice. This skin, she's obviously got this new dress. I don't even know if I can read the Sugar Venom on this. All right. The Sugar Venom text. Hanfu style blue and pink dress with gold embroidery and bell detail. Jeweled butterfly staff. Jade butterfly hairpin. Dark hair with peony headdress and gold disc ponytail holders.
Wow.
Strappy dual colored shoes. Available in one color. All right, that's your Butterfly Celeste. Coming in update 2.7. Lots, how are you, Lots? He's a little sleepy, but he's happy and he's here and we appreciate it. All right, that is Butterfly Celeste. Let's get into a Blitz game. We'll talk about the Blitz changes. Shin, give me the zooms. Give me the zooms on the mightiest camel in the Vainglory land. Here we go. Oh, don't shoot at the Celeste. That's just rude. You know what? The first thing I notice is the hair color difference.
Yeah, it looks very...
really noticeable. And, of course, the staff, the butterfly staff. Very, very cool. Hey, Idris, don't be rude. You missed literally everything. All right, so I can talk about the Blitz changes while we're in Blitz as people die.
You threw Slita and Mixie against me? Oh, my God.
It's because I believe in you.
Yeah, we believe. All right, so Blitz as a game mode, it continues to evolve. We continue to look at your feedback. We continue. Oh, my good. Was that a slumbering husk? What kept you alive?
No, that was my talent.
Oh, okay.
Sonic Barrier.
There you go. All right. So Blitz continues to evolve. What we've done in this update, the middle sentry is no longer visible without vision. 25-second respawn time added to the sentries. And turret health increased. So that is those are your Blitz updates. You can see this gorgeous Butterfly Celeste skin. All right. And man, I don't know if you should play it because then you don't talk to me as much. It makes me very sad.
Threw me against Mixie and Slata from Echo Fox and freaking Tribe. Like, these are well-known pro players that you
makes me sad.
Put me against. Trogdor's even on the other team.
All right, so there's an Idris in this game. Idris, Idris has two different paths.
He does. He really does. So his weapon path was a little bit too prevalent. No, not that many people were utilizing his crystal path. So with this change, okay. Because she used the Kashka ult talent. It's like instant.
You were saying?
So this change essentially will...
On Idris?
Yeah, it'll make his CP path a little bit more available because it'll decrease the cost to get to it, but it'll also decrease the damage of his weapon path.
Alright, so a hero who may not be in this game but is in all of our hearts, especially Adi Andres, that would be Krull. Krull
would be Krull.
Cooldown is down on Dead Man's Rush. Will we see a little more Krull? We've been seeing some Krull, but will we see even more?
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yes, I think we will actually. So it's not only that Krull's got a slight buff, but in addition to that, his main counters have become less overwhelming. So we're gonna see hopefully a little bit more on the.
Nice. And Nivmet, it would not be an update of Vainglory if there wasn't a balance change to Fox. It is the thing that must occur, or else the update cannot come out. And so what have we done to poor Vox this time? Wow, that was quite a sequence to end the game. GG.
Okay, I want a rematch against that, please.
All right, that's fine. Have a rematch and tell me what changed with Sonic Zoom.
So we increased the cooldown on Sonic Zoom. That move was just making him too quick, too mobile, and because of that, we're like, okay, we're gonna tune that down a little bit.
All right, and on the item side, Echo change, Null Wave Gauntlet change, Poison Shiv change, Shiver Steel change, Tension Bow change.
So
it would be
Echo's
nice to
changed,
see a little.
Echo got a nice buff.
Yeah.
You should really don't sleep on that Echo buff.
Especially with Reza coming into the fold.
Yeah. So as it currently stood, Echo was only seeing play on one hero, which really you're really only seeing it a lot on Grace. And then you'd see a couple people use it every now and then on characters like Catherine or something, or even Arden showed up during V8 with an Echo at one point. And because of that, it's a great item, but it's one of those items that when it is on cooldown, you might as well have lost all that money. You're missing like 2,200 gold.
Right.
So this is to make it so it is a little bit more available to you. You can utilize it more. In addition to that, it does give you energy, which is nice, but that's for its cost, it's not worth it.
Okay.
Unless you have the actual active.
All right, so the cooldown decreased. Okay, and then on an item I'm excited to hopefully see more of in the game of Vainglory that I love so dearly, Shiver Steel. Shiver Steel has been on an extended vacation.
Yes. So this item is great. Obviously, so first off, I'm busting out something that is awesome. You'll all see something super hilarious.
There's few things as delightful as watching the gears turn in Nivmet's mind as he theory crafts, especially with Blitz talents, and appears ready to go. What talent have you chosen for your beloved Arden?
You'll find out the moment I use an ability.
All right, so stay on Nivmet, and we'll find out what he has in store.
Hadouken!
What just happened? Oh no! No! Nivmet! What?
Oh, he got me back with it. He's using the same talent. That's heavy hitter. So heavy hitter's damage does 200. Mind you, this is a max level talent. Max level. So
that looked absolutely fair.
So it has a 25% weapon increase scaling on overdrive. In addition to that, the crit multiplier plus the damage multiplier creates an exponential scaling among it all. So yeah.
All right, well, at least that played out the way you promised. Oh, no, dear. Oh, Taka.
You need to build a Slumbering Husk against this. You have to. We haven't found any other way to beat it just of late.
Oh, thank you for, showing this on the stream, which is what everyone will now do.
Well, now we know what's going to be the new cool build.
Yeah. All right, so every time his B is up,
Oh, run! I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me out. That just means I can kill someone else.
I guess upgrade your ardent talents. This is
Mixi's
quite
behind you.
amusing.
No!
Shin can cheat. Find him. What?
I see you! There's a scout trap! What's up?
Oh, Mixi. Oh my goodness gracious. Hello, oh no. All right, well, we're just gonna watch this. Let's give me the Niv cam.
I told you, just give me. I wanted revenge on this.
Oh, goodness gracious. So tell me
Hold on.
exactly.
Go back to
It's
basement.
only getting worse. It's only getting worse. All right, what talent is this, pray tell?
No! He punched me. I'm dead.
What talent is this?
This is the heavy hitter talent on Arden.
At
Yes.
max level?
Max level.
All
Definitely
right,
max
save
level.
your glory.
Okay.
Oh. Well, I guess you're gonna feel the talents.
Oh yeah. All the talents are like super tuned up.
All right. Well, you got. You're gonna get a glory refund. Perhaps some. And into the water.
You like that? Did you like that combo?
Oh.
Come on,
Nivmet.
Mixi. Where are you? Who
Nivmet.
kills the other first?
And somewhere, the spidey sense of Captain Nito is tingling, and he is waking up from a deep, peaceful slumber to the sense of a hotfix.
I'm coming. I am one punch. Go away, Slater. No!
Wow, I don't even
Oh
have
no, he has a
words.
slumbering
Oh,
gun.
he got the slumbering
No!
husk. Oh, there's the... Oh, goodness.
It's okay, I have triple tyrant's monocle.
Oh,
I
goodness.
could almost punch through the slumbering husk, I think.
So we're on track here. We estimated 3 total hours of downtime. We went down about hour and 20
We have a
minutes
minute,
ago
guys. We
or
have 1 minute to bust the
more.
move.
And you know, we're doing the update downtime. Maybe thanks to Nivmet, we'll be doing a hotfix soon too. But enjoy,
Oh no!
enjoy
No!
camera tours.
I beat Slater
Get out
though.
your game,
That's all that
Jim.
matters.
Oh,
Go
talents.
team! Go!
Talents are fun. This, of course, as everyone should know, you cannot use these in standard game modes. But in Brawl, you can have some silly fun with some crazy
fun.
ardent talents. You may want to note, so Nightwalker, our
God.
our beloved person who does all the things.
No,
Nightwalker
you don't!
says you may want to note that these are max level. On this test server, all of the talents are on max
Yes!
level, so things are a little bit more intense than they may be when you enter your Blitz
I have
game.
11 kills.
And laugh into the camera.
Hang on. See this?
Nimet has pleased himself greatly.
That was great. That was hilarious.
I don't even know what to say after seeing that.
Have yourself some Blitz fun. In update 2.7.
I'm dying. That was so good. I'm so glad it was fair because they even had one on their team. They had their own heavy hitter. Slater just didn't play as well as I did.
All right. And with that, yeah, a lot of heroes.
That was great.
Items, got things, new hero, 4 new skins. If you're curious when the skins are coming out and how to get them, because there are some special mystery chests for the new skins, be sure to check out the update notes, which are live now, and you can check out all the dates of when everything is happening. I'll drop the link in the chat.
Physics just mentioned the perfect thing. I should have gotten an echo.
Oh.
That would have been the thing to do. Good. I gotta listen to her
Thanks
more
for
often.
making it worse, Physics.
Mind you, that was a max level talent. It is very hard to achieve a max level talent. So
It's not nearly that egregious on when you guys will play against.
All right. Tell us in chat which hero and talent you would like to see Nivmet play.
Which talent you guys want me to play, guys? Name it up.
And we'll wait. There's a small delay on the stream, so we will wait for that. Oh, explain card boxes. I'd be happy to. This is something that I honestly didn't even know about until just recently. Audience. All right.
Audience.
So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to find this. Oh, is it not in here yet? Wait, Ade! I'm going to make him come on the stream and explain this. If he hasn't hit the go button on this going live in the update notes yet. All right. Let me find new card boxes. There it is.
There it
okay.
is.
So card boxes. We've updated how the card boxes work.
They were calling things. Actually, Shin, you're keeping an eye on chat. What talent am I using?
I see a lot of people saying Finn. They want to use the raid boss one.
Okay.
Oh,
sounds good.
I think that was because there was a little bit of a video lately showcasing, I think, like 2 or 3 slumbering husks on a legendary raid boss Finn.
And with the max talent, that is going to be a pretty unkillable Finn.
So let's see it. That's what people want to see.
All right,
Okay.
that's what we'll do. So how the card boxes are going to work now. Moving forward, we're consolidating card purchasing to just one box to eliminate confusion over which box is the best one for you to open. Here's how it works. You unlock 4 random cards. You're going to get 1 rare or better card guaranteed, and it's 400 glory. That's how card boxes are going to work in 2.7 and moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, there we go. So check that out in the update.
Excuse me. It's been an allergy morning. I didn't actually take my allergy medication either because I rushed over here.
Oh,
So
someone should have told you. We get here this morning. We're like, where is that?
oh,
Where is he? No one
Uh,
told you the update today?
nope. No one told me.
Remember that conversation about we're going to need PvE people in the morning?
You never tell me what time.
Okay. It's kind of usually the same time every update.
That's true. That's why I.
All right,
I rushed
the
over.
Raid Boss Blitz game is beginning. Nimmet, tell us how you are
Startle.
going to make the most out of Raid Boss Finn.
So I regenerate a percentage of my max HP. So I will be.
Let's go.
I wonder if they have
Into
an
the
Arden
game.
on their team. If they do,
Into the game.
oh, there's no Arden. Thank goodness. Okay.
Here we go. Raid Boss Finn in the nether skin.
Okay. So
Bone
let's
crusher.
go ahead and buy actually some extra shield.
You see the Ride or Die Sky in that bike getting to the other side of the Finn, but got caught on the gauntlet wall.
Where are you
Oh
going?
no, physics. Is
Where are you
physics
going?
Is physics doing the thing you were doing last game?
No, she saw something and she wants to try something
Ah,
different about
okay,
it.
that's good.
which I don't know what this different thing is. You know what? Why am I even? Come get me! Come get me, guys!
Raid Boss Finn doing raid bossy things. Where's your team?
I don't know. I figure that they're doing an objective while all 3 people are here killing me.
You should use your
Where are you guys?
They really
dying
wanted
skill.
to showcase how tanky you are, obviously.
What?
clearly. They kind of let you die.
Yeah, I noticed. Okay, I need a higher max HP.
They kind of let you die. All right, so update 2.7 is coming out shortly. This is the server downtime live stream. It is 10 a.m. Pacific now. We started this stream around, what, 8:30
Oh God, there's.
a.m. Pacific? And we're estimating 3 hours of downtime. So things are tracking well toward release. Shin, what do you have to say?
Oh, he blinked out of my hook.
Nice. Is she coming on the stream for it?
I can't kill anything.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Great. So
I'm
stay
unkillable
tuned.
with-
Sugar Venom is coming up next. It's gonna be fun. She's got something special for y'all.
So Slada or Shades is one of my testers, and he knows exactly how to counter this. And he built a poison shiv because it actually can punch through my. It reduces my healing.
There's always a counter.
Poison Shiv and Breaking Point would be pretty good, just because you have so much life for you to stack up on.
Yeah, I do. Why does he have to ruin my fun? Just let me be unkillable. Sheesh.
Right.
No, the wall went down. You didn't max your wall physics. You're stunned.
Actually, the wall was maxed, so
What?
yeah.
Okay, well, I am a dead fin. I'm going to use this.
You're a dead
And
river
then I'm going to
troll.
use this. So I'm going to stay alive a little bit longer. I'm healing like 300 life a second. It was 500 when I didn't have mortal wounds on me.
And it's still not enough.
Shush, Shin. I don't want to hear your
Shushin.
input.
Shushin. All right.
You are just making me more sad.
If you joined us very late, there is a new hero coming in just a short amount of time, hour or so, and that is Reza, Fiery Assassin, a new assassin in the fold,
Oh my
joining the
gosh.
likes of Kashka
They've
and
busted out all
Taka
the
and
damage
Idris.
talents. I can't overwhelm talent damage with
4 incredible new skins: legendary Red Rona skin, Valkyrie Grace Epic skin,
Physics,
Dire
do something.
Fortress rare, and Butterfly Celeste rare with the black hair. Celeste with the black hair.
Oh, the combo! Oh, whoa, where did my teammate go?
Oh! Despite
Oh!
the dash, it's perfectly
Here, Mighty Camo, I shall tank
timed.
this. This thing
Force
cannot
the
kill
cord.
me. I heal 550 life a second. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This thing is incredible. I have a Storm Crown. Why does it take so long? Oh, there's the barrier gun. Fine.
And Sky,
I'm
meanwhile,
gonna step in front of this. I'm gonna stun my
the body blocking. It is a 3v2 now, however.
physics. No, don't jump in to save the raid boss, Finn. No.
How long can he stay alive? Let's count the seconds.
No, they're all
That wasn't
damaged.
so long.
They're all full damage.
That wasn't that long.
Look at their damage output that they have. What do you want from me?
More.
Some raid boss.
Some raid boss you are.
Shush, you two.
Time's up.
Shush. I don't want to hear it.
Time's up. So what's happening? Sugar Man coming to say hi?
Yep.
Yeah!
But first, we're gonna showcase a little fun comic thing.
We didn't have any damage.
Oh, we are? Okay.
On your call.
All right. Let's show something special that Sugar Venom has cooked up. I think it might involve Vainglory's newest hero, Reza. Let's take a look at it now.
Ah, Grace. Have you come to punish me for imbibing cheap wine and expensive women?
On the contrary, brother. Your son needs you.
There's news of my son?
Samuel destroyed our outpost on Troston, and now he has returned to Githia. The Archmage tried to stop him, but he opened the Nether, and she almost paid with her life. Did she tell you none of this?
My wife took what she wanted from me and has barely spoken to me since. Whatever political trouble she's gotten herself into is her business.
When the Nether is opened in Githia, it becomes a paladin's business. I came to you out of respect and hope.
For Samuel, there's no hope for him. If he isn't killed, he'll be an outlaw.
That is the scholar's answer. What is the father's answer?
Father? I haven't seen him since he was 4 years old. If he's come to Githia to get even with his absent parents, then I hope he's luckier with me than he was with his mother.
And what would Reza the Fire Mage say?
You know better than anyone why I'm not allowed to.
Samuel's power must be guided. The only hope for your son is also the only hope for Githia.
It has been so long. I don't know if I still can.
You are Mageborn. You need only to whisper breath upon the embers to create an inferno. So tell me, what would Reza the Fire Mage say?
Burning it all down does run in the family.
All right, we are back, and I am with Sugar Venom.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good, but I feel like I just woke up.
All right, so
Okay.
very first motion comic there for Reza. Tell me all about Reza.
Is it just not by my face? Oh, guys,
Hello, Sugar Venom, for real.
now I have a voice. Hi, yeah, we have Reza lore. I just got 80,000 tweets yesterday about this because
Nice.
people are really excited that we're connecting characters again.
We are connecting characters. This is a big one. Tell us about it.
Oh my gosh. So Reza is, I think, now chapter 6 in this long saga of a story that started, I think, with Rhyme and went to Lyra and, oh, this is fancy. And then, you know, you'll be able to look on the lore page here in just a second to see the entire thing. But this is the first installment of Reza lore. And so he is Grace's, like, foster brother, Lyra's ex-boyfriend. He is Samuel's father. He is all the things. So Reza's exciting.
This week on Vainglory Guiding Light.
Kinda. It's a very, you know, one life to live.
And so why is this important? Why is this development important?
Gosh, we're moving toward, you know, big, huge things at Super Evil and inside Vainglory. And they're all going to be story and lore driven. I'm going to guide you as players and guide all of our characters toward the next big thing. So
Very cool.
this is all headed in a cool direction.
All right, and this story in particular, if you were to kind of, how would you sum it up top level for players who maybe haven't been following since the beginning of the saga?
Oh, yeah. So how do I do that, guys? This is like Game of Thronesian complicated to where you have to rewind my brain. Where should I start? With Grace?
Sure. Or
Or
even earlier.
Sam?
Or Rhyme. Or
Crap.
Fortress.
That's too much. Fortress? Fortress isn't in this story. Don't confuse me, POB. I'm already confused enough.
Well, if
You
you're
know,
talking
we
about
all know that
Rhyme, you're talking about Samuel.
we
you're
all
talking
that
about
Samuel.
Glaive.
We all know Samuel got all upset and disillusioned with his country and with what was expected of him from his mom, and so he came back to Githia all angry, and he was supposed to do his big trial to be a real mage in the Githian guild, and instead, he was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do your
Just
thing."
some emo rage.
He did
Went and
some.
listened
He
to Nine
did
Inch
some
Nails instead.
edgelordish stuff. Oh, 9 Inch Nails is so Samuel's band. Yes. So he did all that stuff and ended up almost killing the Archmage, who was also his mother. And then he escaped. And so everyone's out looking for him. And Grace, when she found out, she's a paladin, and so the things that Samuel does in game, where he opens the Nether and he does that big doom cloud.
Keep going. You're fine.
Okay.
Update from the producers.
People are trying to confuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
He does that big doom cloud. That's the netherworld. That's like our afterlife in Vainglory, right? It's right here, all around everything, but it's a dimension away, right? He can use that. He can walk in
drifting
it.
dark.
The drifting dark.
Yeah.
I forgot that we didn't just call it doom cloud,
Which is what we called it internally.
which is why he says it too. I think it's great. So anyway, a paladin's light and goodness is the opposite of that, and so she's like, we have to find this kid. We have to guide his power, which is pretty substantial. So she goes to Samuel's father, who hasn't seen him since Samuel was fostered away from home. He hasn't seen him his whole life, and Samuel's a little upset about that. And so we find Reza in a tavern, and he's having a good time. He's a little debauched, and he's "What's up, Trugo?"
So we find him in Littlefinger's brothel.
Right. And, he's hanging out, and he doesn't have a lot to live for. We saw him first, way back, when Grace found him on this beautiful island, which are now called the Grace Islands after her, because Githia just goes around naming stuff. You know,
They
was
do.
yeah, they're explorers.
For better or
The
worse.
Cartographers Guild, which is very important in Githia, goes out and explores stuff and names stuff as if it hasn't had a name already, and that's kind of what they do. And so she named the Grace Islands were named after her, and she found this little boy who was a mage-born boy who couldn't control his own fire. And so when we first saw him, he was secluded in the middle of like a water area in a temple, and he was covered in burn scars. This poor kid. Yeah. It was so hard. And so she went up to him and she healed him. And she healed all of his scars and his burns. And then she took him back. She and her father took him back to Githia to train with the mages to learn how to control it. And once he learned how to control it, he never used it again because it's too dangerous. And now he's grown, his son is grown, and Grace comes by to say it's time to be who you really are. And she calls him by the name that was really his name when he was a little boy. Because she named him Titus so he would fit in Githia. But his real name is Reza.
There you go.
So when she called him Reza, she was making him be the fire mage. And so that's why this lore is called Reza the Fire Mage. It's the first time he's been called that since he was like 4 or 5 years old.
All right, and so are we going to find out why Grace is calling on him now?
Yep, it's all gonna... Oh, I don't want to tell.
You don't
But
have to tell?
we have a really cool thing coming up again next. Part 2 is really cool also and a little longer. And cool stuff is going to happen.
All right.
Stuff's going to go down.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And guys, I told you that I wanted to bring you, more emotion, more video, more comics. And this is just the next step. And I hope you enjoy.
Very, very cool.
I am.
Are you excited for Reza, the hero, in the Halcyon Fold?
Oh, yeah. He looks so cool. He's just fun to look at with the swingy.
With the swingies.
Yeah.
The swingies are fun. All right, so that small interruption earlier, that was the producers letting us know that the game is live in South America already, so we are beginning to bring regions back up. I think they're going to go one region at a time here. So that means, so long as they don't discover anything wrong, that means we're in good shape.
I have to download the update.
Well, are you in South America?
No, but you can download it, can't you?
If you're in South America?
Oh, I misunderstood then. Usually I can download it
Do you have
early.
some
It just
vacation
wasn't
time
work.
saved?
Well, let's go. I'm
Let's do it.
tired. These comics take a lot out of me, guys.
They do. All right. While we're here, Nightwalker, maybe you can help. Do we have any questions
We love
for
Nightwalker.
Sugar Venom? Do you have any questions for Sugar Venom? One player wants to know if there's going to be lore for 5v5.
Okay, so that whole thing that I was saying earlier about how we're moving toward a thing, I was being... What's the word? I don't think of words easy, which makes my job difficult. But, when I said we were going to move towards something huge, that was our next big step as a company and as a game, and I want it to be lore-driven. So
There you go.
yes, this lore is all leading us to that spot.
All right, so 5v5 lore on the horizon. We want the Ghost Julia hero. Says
So do I.
Krakenator 1.
Because you know that she would have that other Arrested Development dance. There's one missing. I love Julia. Undead Julia would be too cool. It's like...
Andrew0988 says, wait, Reza said burning everything runs in the family. Scarf is related to Samuel and Reza confirmed.
I think that Scarf is on a whole other level. I mean, when he grows up.
That's true. Scarf on Gundar.
Yeah. I mean, Samuel burned down a town because they were going to kill the Grangor community. He burned down a town. So that's what Reza's referring to. But yeah, I think that they were long-lost cousins.
I'm looking for people's questions for Sugar Venom. Could she explain Lyra losing Titus to
Laura
the Archmage, i.e. how he is Sam's father?
Absolutely. So we have an interesting mechanic in our game. Hi, Scarfy. Where some of our characters are what we call mage-born, and there's other kinds of inborn talents, like Battleborn. Catherine's one of those. When she says Halcyon is in my veins, it's literal, and you can look in one of her lore, and she's got sparkly tears. But yeah, we have mage-born kids, and Reza's one of those. When he was born, he had this ability. Laura, the Archmage, is Mage-born, and there's a lot of them over in the Eventides with the Storm Queen, Mage-born kids that she is raising and creating an army with. But in Githia, there's not so many. They have a few really powerful mages. You can imagine like an army of mages over in the Eventides, and in Githia, you might have one mage leading an army, right? They're powerful, there's not a lot of them, and the Mage Guild in Githia needs more. So they're breeding people who are mage-born to make sure that they get mage-born kids. Lyra's not mage-born. Lyra is that chick in school who just worked her butt off, right?
School days Lyra.
School days Lyra, absolutely. So she learned, and she's an amazing mage, but she learned it by studying hard, basically. Yeah, what's that?
She's Hermione.
She's Hermione. Absolutely, she's grown up Hermione. So yeah, so that's what happened. She, Lyra and Titus or Reza were in love. They were dating. They were going to get married. They put the paperwork in, and Laura said no. She said, in fact, I'll marry him instead. And then just to get her out of the picture, they sent her all the way across the world to a frozen place.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. And then, because we like to rub salt in the wounds...
You mean you do?
Okay, I like to rub salt in wounds. They sent their kid to be fostered with her. So she basically had to raise the kid of her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, that's kind of rough.
It is really rough, but also it makes sense for Lyra's character because she's so cold and so this and this and this and 1 2 1 2, right? But you find out that she's got this real soft center, and I think it comes out in her VO too when she's dying. Yeah. She regrets everything. So
that was intense.
Well, that's what I do.
It is. It is intense what you do. Razor Chicken 123 wants to know, will Samuel fight Celeste?
I think his name should be Reza Chicken now.
There you go.
He wants to know if Samuel will fight Celeste. I can't say that. You know that he's going after Celeste. He got his mom down and he demanded to know where Celeste was because Celeste right now is under Githia's thumb and he wants to destroy everything that Githia is doing. So we know that he's going after Celeste, but we don't know why yet.
Gravity 0109, we want Corpus lore.
So do I.
All right.
I actually think you should haunt Kestrel. Like she should hear it in her dreams.
Well, seriously, right?
Yeah.
It's all Kestrel's fault.
Yeah.
Everything that happened is because of Kestrel.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to get Emperor Samuel from the Gladiator lore?
Oh, I freaking loved that. I loved that people noticed that they put him in there. I don't know. Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would be.
Someone needs to suck up to the people who decide what skins go in.
There you go. Send a message to Chainsaw.
I often just slide that kind of thing into the lore and hope.
Hey, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
Let's see when. All right, yeah, absolutely. Let's check out this game as we go. And as Shin's got another game going, more of Reza, the new hero. You can check him out right there. Sugar Venom, talk to us a little bit more about Reza.
Oh, wow, this cool game. Oh, there he is! Oh, look at him. He's so handsome. Like, I just feel like he knows what he wants and he's hot. Oh, he's hot. Look at me.
There you go. Double entendre. En fuego.
En fuego.
MageNXD says, explain the Seraphim Adagio lore where I assume Scarf's mother dies and there are 3 eggs and I assume one of which was Scarf.
Okay, so the Seraphim Adagio lore is so important to the world of Vainglory that it shouldn't be so overlooked because it actually happens in our world way before humans ever existed. This happened before human evolution at all, when Seraphim and dragons were at war all the time. And so the Seraphim Adagio is sort of like his ancestor. It's almost like he takes that skin as if he were his own ancestor. So the Seraphim, I guess, are winning. It's been how long since I wrote this? I better be good. I better remember. I'm sorry, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong about this, my own thing here. But the Seraphim are winning, and the last dragon is dying. The Seraphim goes up to talk to her as she dies, and she's got like 3 eggs left. And what they say is, we've been are fighting and arguing about the wrong things. The churn is coming. This all happens on a crystal mountain that we find out later, millennia later, has been so destroyed by the churn that it is now a sandy desert of crystal, which is called the Shimmer, which is where Idris is from.
It all comes together.
It really does. So what happens is he's talking to this dragon, and the dragon is dying, and so he takes the eggs, and I don't know how, because magic and science, but that is how the Seraphim dragons were created, which Adagio is.
Oh god, the chat is going farther than the questions.
The chat
Oh
is
no! I had so many good questions, but now the chat.
I
has
used to
gone
be so good
far.
at the chat.
One of those questions was, does that mean it's confirmed that Scarf is the strongest hero?
He's
in
gonna be.
Vainglory?
When he grows up, there's no end to his OP-ness. Oh, I forgot one thing though, which was that the Seraphim made the wells. They make the wells of power. And so they did it so that, you know, the energy, the churn energy could leak out in a slow way instead of, you know, destroying everything all at once in big booms.
Exactly. Viewers want to know if you like pancakes.
Oh my god, I like waffles. I make waffles every Sunday.
There you go. Want to know, where is Maylene from the Blackfeather lore?
She's asleep.
She is asleep. That's
Yeah, she
pretty
fell
much
asleep.
exactly.
She got pricked by the hardy thorn, which is poisonous only to princesses, and she can only be awakened by the tickle of a seraphim's feather. Look at me asking you.
I think you said
A
a blue feather.
an azure one. Yeah.
I think you've connected the dots
Yeah.
to the Adagio witch lore.
That's what you would think.
That's what you would think, right? You
We'll
don't
have
always
to-
take us on a straight line. But that's
I
what
don't
you would
always.
think.
Yeah, I have plans within plans, really.
There are plans within plans that go back years.
But
One of
that-
the things, I mean, we're talking about internally, and we won't be talking about it today, but there's a storyline that you're going to be connecting in the next few months that traces back years. That for the kind of entrepreneurial
Oh man.
Vainglory lore follower, that if they've been reading since the very beginning, they're going to get something that's going to connect that is from like things you were writing like 3 years ago.
Well, it
pretty
does
exciting.
from things like 3 years ago, but not only that, it connects the entire world together.
Yeah.
This lore coming up soon is bigger and crazier than anything I've ever done before. And the best part about it is I get to work really closely with you on it. And you're so esportsy lately.
I'm an esportsy lady.
You are. You're a lovely lady.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, I don't speak well. You're so esportsy lately. Ah, run, Nivmet. Ah. I can't believe he stopped. So yeah, it's been cool to work with you on this.
It's a pleasure.
I never just sort of tiptoe into anything. I have to teach myself how to do crazy new things all the time, and so crazy new things are happening with our next hero coming up.
Which I'm excited about.
So yeah, you better be.
All right. More questions. Is Reza's power related to Nether Fortress and Lance's power?
No.
I think the connecting tissue here is that Reza's ultimate is Nether Form Detonator.
Oh.
So is the Efreet that he turns into from the Nether.
Right. Why did? Oh, because Lance's skin.
Yes.
Guys,
Yes.
you guys know this stuff
It's
better
ne-
than I do. and
Fortress has another skin. Lance has another skin. And little known fact,
Right.
because the naming convention isn't the same, but Finn also has nether skins. The Bone Cruncher.
No, he doesn't.
The Bone Cruncher skins.
No, those are churn infection skins.
Oh, they're not from the Nether. They're from the
Right.
Churn.
So the churn is
Got
in our waking physical world a real threat. The nether world is different, and I want to explore what the churn is like in the nether world, but some other day.
And for those players, you know, we haven't talked about it really for a long time, but the concept of the calm and the churn, and this idea that most of the world that Vainglory is played in, that the Halcyon Fold is on, is covered in this substance called the churn. You cannot be out in it. It's toxic. It will kill you. It turns plants crazy and man-eating, makes beasts gigantic and crazy, vines that will rip down castles, and so there are
And if it
only
doesn't kill you, it
yeah.
will make you into a monster.
Yeah, so there are only...
We have a few instances of that.
We do.
Like Bone Cruncher Finn.
Yes. So there are only small pockets in the world where you can actually habitate, where you can actually have a civilization, and those are either man-made protection from the churn or natural formations that protect you from the churn, like a mountain or mountain range or something. And
like
so
a cold one, yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. Like one of the churn wells was covered by a glacier.
There you
Yeah,
go.
stuff like that. Oh, but I should answer that question
Sure.
now that I got it straight. Even though the nether skins for Fortress and Lance are alternate fates, which means they're not canon, they're what-if stories, the concept is actually the same for Reza, which is kind of a spoiler for part 2 coming up.
Okay.
The fact that he's called the nether form, you're going to find out why in part 2.
There you go. I never knew Halcyon Masters. I never knew
Halcyon Masters.
I never knew the Crystal Mountain turned into the Shimmer, and Adagio is part of the dragon race. Yeah, Adagio is half dragon, half seraphim.
Right.
Which, if you saw the original build of Kindred that we released in Singapore, ties back to Worlds coming to Singapore.
Yay!
We had lore in the very, very beginning. The very first Kindred release had the lore in the app, and it, you know, explained many things, including Adagio's origins.
Yes. Oh, this is all going to come together in big ways.
Question from the chat: is Kestrel also Battleborn?
Oh gosh, I haven't asked her yet.
I like it. You have to ask the character.
I really
and the
do.
character will tell you.
I stumbled because I wasn't going to say that, but you know, screw it. I'm crazy, and that's what I have to do. I sometimes have to get quiet and ask these guys what the truth is.
You do.
So I haven't asked Kestrel that yet. I haven't developed that enough yet.
Okay.
What was I going to say though? You were saying a thing that. Oh, Halcyon Masters, guys. He has a really cool YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
You should all
absolutely.
go check out Halcyon Masters' YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Wow. So, because he makes the lore easy to understand and stuff.
All right. So the latest update: the game is live in South America. They're making sure everything is sound there, and the refunds, the Glory Talent refunds, are live in South America as well. They're going to roll things out region by region, and the refunds out region by region. Akiri Zero, what about the Grey Witch?
We've got to go back to this
We do.
at some point because people
Absolutely.
really need to know who that is and stuff. That is also alternate fate lore, which is kind of why I haven't connected her yet to Blackfeather and Finn and Malene. You know, because it's a what-if story. I would have to figure that out, but we don't know who she is. She's a mystery. And we know that she got a dance with Adagio in his alternate fate lore.
Dance with Adagio in the pale moonlight?
Pretty much.
All right. Let's see more Broken Doll Alpha lore. It's not really a question, but...
Oh, that stuff was creepy. Remember the
So-
first
oh,
one where
dude.
you were like, I'm not
Dude.
sure if we can even do
Dude.
this?
Dude, sometimes your first pass on stuff is so
Really
dark.
creepy, yeah.
It's so dark.
I think you let me do it, though. I think
Yeah.
that first is, my
I
first
trust
pass
you.
is what you let me...
Every now and then I wake up and you put something in Littlefinger's brothel,
A little
but,
bit.
but I trust you.
Well,
All right. Any more questions for Sugar Venom? I'm looking through all of the chats. Let's see. Maybe Nightwalker will help.
you can also read the lore, not in the game yet, but you can see the... you can follow every... you go to the hero page, right? And there's a little feather. And if you tap that feather, you can go to that hero's lore,
Yes,
by
you
the way,
can.
in case you don't know.
Who's Juliet?
Julia or Juliet?
You said who's Juliet? I don't know. We don't know either.
In in Shakespeare lore,
There you
she's the
She drank a thing.
Capulet.
Spoiler alert.
she drank a thing.
All right, the churn, what is it and why is it coming? We talked about that
Yeah,
a
but it's
little
so
bit.
important.
Yes.
It's going to become more and more important.
Yeah, so we can say lots more story about the churn is coming
Yes.
up. And for multiple reasons.
Yes.
For multiple reasons.
Oops, I'm just tapping my mic.
VG World Map. asked Angel Spike wants a VG World map.
It's all in Ciderhelm's head.
Well,
Not
no,
all of
I mean,
it.
we just saw that that Twitter thread that we were commenting on.
Oh my gosh, that was Halcyon Masters.
Yeah.
He's a nut. That was
should
headache
formalize that.
inducing.
We need someone to
We do.
paint that on the floor like Cersei did.
Totally. Was it? Yeah, yeah. She's walking around on it. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna start with I think Githia and just really flesh it out with
Okay.
Chainsaw, and I think we're gonna do one piece of the world map at a time. That's my plan going forward. Yes, it's on my head.
Player wants to know if there's a story behind the Dire Fortress skin and the scarring and the things that happened to Dire Fortress.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, in his lore, isn't that funny that I have to think so hard about something I wrote like last month? I write so many different things. There was a war in his area in the old world. Fortress is really ancient, and so is the Druid. The two of them, this all happens way before Rona was ever born in that area, when the Northmen came. Kind of like a Viking invasion in our world. These big tough guys came and just started wrecking everything. Rona is actually one of the Northmen, Northwomen, but you know, born way later. And at first there was a big war for the territory and stuff, and that's how Fortress got screwed up.
If you're joining us late, this is, of course, the Update 2.7 server Downtime live stream. We started around 8:30 a.m. It's now 10:30. Estimated 3 hours of downtime. So we're just about there. We're just about there, and they've already spun South America region back up. If everything pans out there, I'd imagine the other regions are going to come on the heels very closely. Some more
I'm into the
questions
game
on
here.
the lore from the chat. Let's see. Oh, that's a very apropos question. I don't
What's
know
that?
how much you're willing to say right now. Strider of the North, what about the Cartographer's Journal?
That's a really,
really good question.
damn good question
good- we'll
that
just
I
leave it at
cannot
that.
answer
That's a good
right now.
That's a good question, Strider of the North.
Well
We
done.
like the way you think.
Because very few people remember.
Madbra, please tell me what happened to Arden.
Like from the beginning?
I think probably from where it leaves off.
Oh, okay, that's much easier. Oh my gosh. What happened after like the kids they fell off of the carny wheel and all that stuff? Well, they escaped with the Githians to the Halcyon Fold to collect allies for the upcoming rebellion against the Storm Queen, if that was the question. What happened to Arden from the beginning would be
A long time.
its own.
That would take a long time.
Yeah.
So basically, what happened to Arden is he was happy, he had this happy family, and then Kestrel came and shot his goat.
Yeah. It was
And he
Julia's
never got over it, and then the goat came back undead, and that's Corpus, and Arden's never been the same. And
goat.
that's basically
canon.
Arden's
There you
entire
go.
story.
Super dad.
Okay.
You know
why
that on my own,
Excuse
I wrote Arden's prequel.
Oh, did you?
I love it. I love him so much.
Nice.
Okay, anyway,
We'll have to put that out sometime.
maybe someday.
Why did Frankie get arrested?
Frankie! Oh, Frankie is my heart. I love Frankie so much. Frankie is our little dwarf who's an engineer and probably the smartest guy in our game, but also, you know, gets in trouble. He created Alpha for the Storm Queen. And as we know, Alpha broke, you know, when she went on top of the helipad and Kestrel realized that it was her friend Daisy, and she said, "What happened to you?" And Daisy woke up for just a second, which happens in Alpha's voiceover in the game. She wakes up from time to time, and then in order to keep herself from killing Kestrel and Catherine, she blew herself up, which happens in her ultimate now. But that's why she's broken. That's why she's no longer OP. And so Frankie had disappointed the Storm Queen because Alpha broke. And so she arrested him, sent him to jail. What's up, Nivmet? You want to come back? You look so sad.
He lost.
I
He's sad 'cause
I
he
was
lost.
rooting for you.
Let's see. Next question. Bedroom Inc. wants to know, will Vin ever be explored upon? That is the Storm Queen's
Right, the
bird.
Raven. I answered a lot of this, even though it was alternate fate. Yeah, we are Vin. Yeah, in the tier 3 Celeste. What was that? The legendary Celeste.
Mm-hmm.
Star Queen. That's right. In this legendary Star Queen story, we explore exactly who Vin is, and how Vin works, and actually find out that Vin is Legion. There are many Vins.
All right. Daju14 wants to know who's Druid.
Oh, the old druid. The old druid is Fortress's friend and Rona's friend. And he warned Rona and her people that the churn was coming and sent them away to keep them safe. And then he and Fortress went to go into the world tree to travel to the other side of the world to protect the Halcyon Well on the other side, because this one was too messed up to protect anymore. In order to open up the Great Oak, Captain Nito's being silly for me.
Hello, Captain Nito.
In
Hello,
order to,
Urban Yeti.
yeah, in order to open it up, he had to ask permission from the, you know, kind of, how do we even like the big spirit of this Great Oak.
Yeah.
He had to ask her permission, and she said, "I'll open up for, you know, but you have to stay with me." And so she kept him. She wrapped her branches around him.
That's true.
And as far as we know, he is a goner. Rona saw him and got sad about it, and then jumped in after Fortress, and now she's on the Halcyon Fold.
That's true. I'm only looking down because I'm looking for more questions for Sugar Venom.
No.
Next question. Every name is unavailable. Question is Batist supposed to be Death himself?
Not quite, but sort of. He's kind of based off of the voodoo tradition. So
Feel free to kick off a game whenever.
oh my
Sorry.
gosh, I forgot the words.
What?
I forgot the word for what he is. Oh gosh.
Batiste?
Yes. There's an actual word in voodoo.
You'll remember.
It's
It'll come to
probably
you.
in. You should read the lore.
You'll tweet it later.
I'm so
We're
sorry.
like
But he's-
short-circuiting her brain.
He is a spirit, though. He's not quite Death himself, but he is.
You're talking about a shade?
No, there's an actual like. I'm so sorry, Kraken. Kraken.
He'll hear it and he'll come on the stream.
Because
come on
he
the
is
stream.
he is the expert in this, and I really wanted to. This is my lore and everything for Batiste was a love story to Kraken, who just loves New
Yeah.
Orleans and everything about it. And so he is not quite Death himself, but he is definitely trying to bring death to the Storm Queen.
There you go. Next question. Oh, well, this is long established. If you go back and read the lore from the past, does Kashka have any relation to Glaive, since she was raised by Grangor parents and Glaive is Grangor?
That's true. They probably. I don't know if they were in the same tribe. You know, they I don't know, but I bet you they crossed paths. That should be a story. We should definitely
It
throw
certainly
that out
would
there
be
somewhere.
one
When she was a little girl.
that is certainly possible.
Yeah.
Vexmanu5, Baby Rona and Fortress lore, please.
I know, right? We
That
did
was
get
really
that
fun.
though, because remember when she opened the present and
That's
he was
right.
in it. So there is Baby Rona and Fortress lore, but I really want a Baby Rona skin, but I wouldn't be able to kill her.
Oh, gosh. Jeez.
I'd be so sad.
All right, let's go into the game. Check out the Red Rona Legendary skin coming to the fall.
Yes.
Oh, this is a rare treat. We can actually have Sugar Venom
What?
read the Sugar Venom text about the skin.
What? What sugar? I have sugar venom
all
text.
the crazy.
Oh, because
the
usually you
QVC
do,
lines
and then
that you
people
give me.
laugh. QVC. Yeah, she has blood red hair. You know,
blood red
when
hair.
they first. Oh,
The
you want?
mud wart.
Do you want me to do it in my VO voice?
Oh, you can do it in any voice you want.
In my active hush.
the mud
No,
war paint
when they
goes with
first-
any outfit.
With the spinny thing. When they first showed me this, they told me that her hair was now red from the blood of her enemies.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. So that's actually in the lore now.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
blood.
the red mist
so
has
blood red hair is a
dyed
thing.
her hair. That's kind of dark and creepy at the end of the day.
Yeah, she's got mud war paint on her legs, especially. You can see it. It's great. She's got a Viking Queen circlet on her forehead. I think she's fought her way to the top. Silver looped belt, skull, embellished armor. She is. Talk about death coming for you. Look at this. She looks fantastic. Axe-bladed pauldron. Yeah, her armors. Oh yeah, look at that shoulder armor. It's got this big axe on the top of it, like this big spiky thing. Like if you ever tried to pat her on her shoulder, you'd lose a hand. And
Is that what happened to Ringo?
all new Death Sword and Light Sword. That means she's got 2 swords. One is like a lightning and light sword, and one is a death energy sort of sword. They do 2 different kinds of effects. You see the ones like Shadow, that's our death sword, and one is a lightning, that's the light sword. They had to completely redo her to have swords instead of axes, I think. Yeah, everything, almost everything about her animations is new, and I just love it. Oh, there's more stuff. Animations. I only did the model changes. New animation suite featuring sword attacks. Yeah, see. Forward spin with reverse / faux splitter attack. Buries her swords in the ground for into the fray. All new deliberate, menacing run. That's right. Everything about this skin, the original Rona is a little silly sometimes. This one is try hard. That was what I was told by our animator. All out berserker raging multi-slash red mist attack. Don't get in the middle of that. I always feel like she's the big sister and she's like, I'm just gonna go like this, you know, just don't walk into it. You know, wheeling her arms around.
Doing that right now.
But you can, and that's what's important. I'm waving my arms around. Everybody who has a sibling knows what I'm talking about without looking at me. Summon the shadow and lightning poses for recall, which is great. I hope that they recall her in this game somewhere so we can see it. You have to go up so I can talk about the effects changes.
You have to go, oh, I'm sorry.
Like that. Swords imbued with lightning and shadow, which we talked about. Arcing and slashing lightning and shadow attacks. Lightning strikes when she jumps and recalls.
There you go.
That's fun.
All right. So, new update from the crew. We are live everywhere except in China right now, where they're still working on deploying in China. But that means for most all of you, you can go play Vainglory. And you should go do that.
I'm going to do it now.
When you log in, you'll likely get your talent refund, your glory refund for talents. Check out the new hero, Reza, Fiery Assassin. Check out all the new skins. Some of them are coming in special mystery chests as the days and weeks go on. So you might not see all of them today, but you'll certainly see Reza today. And of course, there are balance changes. Talents are more powerful. Check those out as well. Use all that extra glory to get some more talents. And if you want, stick around, and we'll go till the end of this game with Sugar Venom asking any remaining questions that you might have about the lore.
Answering even.
But you should be able to play Vainglory now. Update 2.7 is here. And what a big day. We announced the World Championship is coming to Singapore, where it all began as Kindred in beta. And we announced 19 million in additional funding from our incredible group of investors, which means we can expand Vainglory, we can expand Super Evil Megacorp. We've acquired the building next door. We're knocking down the wall, literally, to double our office space. We have engineering jobs out the wazoo on our website. We're looking for more people to grow the team. So it's an incredible time for Vainglory, incredible time for the company. All thanks to all of you, the players. We're deeply, deeply grateful. And for anyone who wants to stick around, we'll continue to answer your questions. Nightwalker says, did Sugar guess the recent time for rolling lore riddle they posted this week?
Oh, guys, I saw this on my Twitter, and it went wild. And last week was insane for me.
Yeah.
I was finishing this comic, this animated comic, with our special team at Madefire. We were just going nuts getting that done, and I was working constantly and dreaming about it. I was dreaming about this lore comic, you guys.
All right.
So I didn't see it. Did we ever figure out what it was?
If I didn't answer your question, ask it again, because the chat is moving faster than I can find the question. Someone was asking, why isn't there any pedal lore? There is pedal lore.
There is. It was maybe the first lore I wrote.
Yeah.
So it's very
long ago.
Minimal,
Kafka finds a scout trap was one of the first ones, and pedal was one of the first ones.
Yeah. So you find out that pedal is. I love it that her armory is a big hanging garden of scary plants.
It sounds like people would love a synopsis, a kind of breakdown of the Idris lore. I want to understand the Idris lore better.
Idris lore is important coming up, so that's great. So he lives in the Shimmer, like I said, that desert called the Shimmer, and his city, I think it's called the Glass City because it was literally made of the beautiful crystal sand that was blown up and made into glass. So it was a gorgeous city, but it was taken over by churn because the fabled well, the biggest well in the world, is there in that city. And when it decided to explode with churn energy, the entire city fell. And so all of the people had to escape the city, and they became nomadic in the desert. But Idris had to go back in. And when he was inside the city, he found some technological stuff, like his helmet and stuff in there, because there was a house in there called the House of Insight.
And I'm sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but some people in the chat were saying that NA and EU are still down for them.
Oh.
I did confirm that that is now true. It wasn't true when I said that it was up, but it is now true, and they are addressing that. And so if you're not in, you should be in shortly, but they're aware, and they're going to deal with that.
Oh, wow. Did you see Reza's recall? That was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Was it? Yeah, okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm distracted by my own game, guys. So anyway, he went in there, and he met these churn monsters who were like engineer monsters. These two twin women who were engineers who had grown together and become this big snake scary churn monster, and he had to fight them. And when he got out, he barely got out alive. Adagio healed him to save him, but there's still churn inside of Idris, so he still feels it. And that is basically his lore without talking forever.
There we go. Umbria 1337, what shampoo does Rona use?
The blood of her enemies.
The blood for it. This is so dirty. This is so dirty.
Like literally.
Gross. Master Chiefson 8804, Grumpjob plus Glaive plus Cake equals party disaster.
Why the glaive part? I think Grumpjaw's always a part. I feel like Grumpjaw would be great to clean up for your party, though.
Everyone's saying that I trolled them, saying the game was up when it wasn't, but it should be up now.
We don't troll you. We say
It's
what we
supposed to
think
be
is
up.
happening.
They're telling me NA, EU, EA all definitely live now, but hopefully that is true.
And there's always
going
going to be, you know,
But that's
hiccups
why
and
we
stops
stay
and
on the air.
starts.
That's why we stay on the air until everyone confirms for us that they can get into the game.
Yay! It's coming, guys.
Oh, this is a cool question from MaginXD.
Mm.
Would you ever make lore for the meta comps in the game, the combinations of heroes that constantly are playing together? Would you ever make lore that brings them together in the lore because they're played together so frequently?
I could do that. Give me some combos. Maybe we can do something like that coming up. But
There
it
you go.
changes so often.
That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea.
You guys should too.
All right. Any other questions for Sugar Venom? Who is the guy with the blue sword in the Batist lore? It says Cerbiculator.
Oh, he was a poor NPC, really. The gendarme.
There you
Yeah, he was a guy who crossed the wrong line.
There you go.
Yeah, he was a cop basically. He's I don't know, like a soldier.
All right. Players
Yeah.
are saying they're still down. I will tell people that you are saying
run,
that.
Lyra, run,
I
run,
can
run.
only communicate what is given to me.
They made it.
Cybermatics, where is the Ciderhelm interview? So the Ciderhelm interview has been recorded. I did an interview with Ciderhelm about 5v5, and while we could have just immediately released that in English, that would be really trolly for the rest of the world. So we are getting subtitles put on that video for all languages. That takes a little bit of time to translate everything that was said in the interview, and as soon as that the translation is done, we'll get that video live.
I can't wait to watch that, by the way.
Yeah.
I really love Ciderhelm.
The great Yemez wants to know if Rhyme and Reza are nemesises.
Oh, I guess. Well, you know what? I think that I don't know. I think that they should combine their powers. You know, they're both Githian. They both really want the same thing, which is for Samuel to be safe. You know, whatever. I think that they could combine and do even more damage.
Nightwalker, on behalf of the people in the chat, will we see more Bleakos versus Mikos lore? The Hatfields and the McCoys.
I hope so.
Petal versus Flicker.
I can't imagine we wouldn't. I love that.
No one can even remember what they're fighting about.
Nope. They don't remember why they don't like each other. They just don't.
They just don't?
They just don't.
They just don't.
Nope. Hate each other.
They hate each other?
If you want a little more, there's the pumpkin spice petal lore. Talks about the Bleakos a bit, which is pretty
That's
great.
true. All right. Any more questions?
Oh.
Can they hear you or not? You have me all confused, Shin. All right. They cannot hear you anymore.
If they can, we're going to hear it.
All right. Are you going to take care of that, Shin, when the time comes? Okay. There you go. Zankrom wants to know if there is a part 2 of the Reza lore coming.
Yep. Absolutely. As soon as I can get it out to you, it will be out to you.
Okay.
And it's
Fantastic. Will there be more Alpha and Krull lore?
Oh yeah, they should meet again, shouldn't they? I had something planned for something that didn't happen. I can't say.
I always want to go backward.
Yeah,
I always want to go backward to before the things happen to the characters.
Yeah, me too. I want origin stories.
All right. NT.
We have some technical difficulties that are keeping us from doing that right now, but totally on my radar.
There you go. Can you make lore for Gold Miner and how he gets taken down when Kraken comes up? That's a great idea, because that poor Gold Miner, every match at the 15-minute mark, here comes the Kraken, up out of the pit, eats the poor dude. What we do know is that the reason this is happening is because in the Halcyon Fold, they got greedy, and they mined too deep. They mined the gold too deep,
looking at it right
and
now.
they unearthed the Kraken, who was down deep in the pit.
Yeah.
And when you mine for gold too deep, you get too greedy, you pay for it. They basically
monsters.
made a way for Kraken to get to the surface,
Yeah.
and she was not pleased.
That's right. I actually did write that like 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did write a little bit.
remember.
We didn't publish it, so maybe we can do something with that. But if you want to read more about like what is beneath the surface of the Halcyon Fold, Elite Foreskin lore is where you find out what's inside of the Halcyon Well.
Player saying pancake lore confirmed.
Waffles.
Waffle lore
Also
confirmed.
cake, not pie.
Playoff Beard origin story ? From Bartlett quote.
Oh my gosh, did you see that GIF that I put up?
Wait, which one?
Of the little Evan.
I don't think so.
Yes, you saw
I
it.
didn't think
You retweeted it, so you saw it. But yeah, we need to do
Wait,
some playoff beard
which one is
origins.
this?
I think it's where it's where the kid brings the head of.
Oh, that not me. The other Evan.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I figured it was actually you.
Yeah. Oh, you did you?
He's so
You
cute.
did you?
Yeah, that would be fun. We should do origin stories for everybody.
Yuma Rankin says Kraken needs that gold to
Yuma.
buy a storm crown. Obvious.
We should do Kraken all
Domo
prettied up.
Furious says playoff grandpa and playoff grandma met, fell in love, and made a baby,
That's
and
right.
that's playoff beard.
That's right.
Thank you, Domo Furious. That's excellent.
We love Domo Fury.
Sky Blue wants to know, can we get more Champions Fate lore? And then goes on to say, such as Ringo with 2 arms, Daisy before she died, and so on.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Does sound fun.
We would need again for Daisy. But anyway, yeah, I would just call her Daisy. Alpha.
There you go.
Would you? Yeah, that sounds fun.
Let's see if there is anything else. People are saying, so I am following to see what the status is of the servers. It does still sound like for most players they can get in now, so you might want to check again. If
I'm
not,
installing.
we will stay on until it feels like that we are there.
Woot.
So
There is, by the way, someone just asked about lore on the shopkeepers. There
Oh my
is. There's a
gosh.
great story.
oh my gosh,
What is that one
do
called?
you want?
It's the tree ant one. It's the rise of the tree ants. Yeah. I can tweet it later or
But
something.
this is one of those things that you go back now like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like we have VO for all
Yeah.
of the shopkeepers.
Yeah.
We had the whole story and we got it recorded. Never quite made it into the game.
Yep.
But those shopkeepers, 3 brothers.
I definitely kept their personalities.
Yes.
Yeah, like the way you guys originally intended
The
for
elder
that
brother,
story.
the middle brother, the younger brother. At one time, they all just ran one big shop.
Mm-hmm.
And then
They couldn't get along.
2 of the brothers had a fight. One of them went to go sell his wares to the people in the right side of the base.
Yes.
Just in spite of the elder brother on the left side. And then I believe it's the youngest brother was more entrepreneurial, thought there was opportunity not being explored by the other brothers, and went and opened up that jungle shop.
That's right.
And gets a lot more business
He's
that
really
way.
brave, that guy.
Yeah, it's
I
more
even,
perilous.
I even
but
named them. And I can't remember what I named them now, but it also talks about the origin of Halcyon potions.
fantastic.
The Rise of the Tree Ants. That's what it's called.
There you go.
Tree Ants?
And for anyone who wants to know, where can they find all this lore?
I have a link that has everything in order, at least in English. I can put it in the chat after I leave here.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. And as I did mention now quite some time
Also,
ago.
if you just Google Vainglory lore, it's the first thing that comes up, I think.
I hope so.
Unless it's just for me.
For anyone who missed it earlier when we were talking about card boxes, so card buying, that process, you know, for people who've been with us for a long time, they're used to it. For people who are perhaps newer, it was kind of confusing. Jumble of different cards inside. Wanted to make this more clear for players. So moving forward, what we're doing is we're consolidating card purchasing to one box to eliminate the confusion over which box to open. So here's how it works. You open one box, you get 4 random cards, 1 rare or better card guaranteed, 400 glory, and you're going to probably have some glory if you were getting talents. You're going to get some glory refund. So you'll have some glory.
Is he
you
going
can
to
spend.
die to the scout trap? Is he going to die to it? Nope.
Never. Never.
I'm really into this game. I didn't even pay attention to you. So I probably made noises when you were talking about card boxes that
Fantastic.
weren't about what you were saying.
That's fine. If you were on the spot to make up a story about a character in Vainglory,
Yeah.
who and what would it be?
On the spot to like, well, first of all, it would be terrible because my first drafts are terrible. And all of you who want to write, don't
All right.
worry, write the first terrible first draft. But my
Yes.
first story,
All right, well, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way then. Chat, tell us. So Sugar Venom is going to do flash fiction
Oh, no.
on any character in the Vainglory universe. Does not have to even be a hero. Tell us in the chat.
Really?
Tell us in the chat what character in the world of Vainglory you would like a flash fiction, oral storytelling
I'm the worst.
from the one and only Sugar Venom, our
What?
narrative designer here at Super Evil Megacorp.
What you all see are my 6th and 7th drafts. I would probably, by the way, I warm up just writing about Catherine.
So far,
Almost always.
there's a lot of Saw, a lot of Corpus, a lot of Ozo.
Stop fighting, it'll end really quick.
It's a remarkable amount of Ozo. I'm a little surprised. A ton of Corpus. So, all right, you're going to get 3
Ozo,
choices
Corpus.
here. Saw, Ozo, or Corpus. Go!
Yeah, I feel like Corpus,
Okay?
we were talking earlier, like I think that it would be important that she end up in Kestrel's dreams. Yeah, Corpus, by the way, is a she. Guys.
Oh,
Remember? Because in the lore, Julia wanted to make milk. And
that's a good point. There's continuity right there.
She wanted to make cheese, I'm sorry. And she and Arden were fighting about, and then Vox called it a he, and he said it better be a she, or your mom's not going to be able to make cheese. And so, yeah, Corpus, I think, starts to haunt Kestrel's dreams, and then actually whenever Kestrel and Catherine go out to do something in the Halcyon Fold, I think the Corpus, at the last minute, right before they succeed at something, is going to come, and all of her rage, her purple rage, with all the horns. Doesn't she have like 4 horns?
She's got like a spiral horn,
Yeah.
like a crate. She came back like undead and
Yes.
spirally and scary. And for anyone who
For the
doesn't know what we're
revenge.
talking about here, so Corpus is the nightmare goat, kind of in the family of the chupacabra, you might say, that haunts the Stormguard, I guess you would say, at least
Yeah.
Kestrel. This was a April Fool's hero at one time.
Yeah.
We decided we would do a fake hero for April Fools some time ago. So I made a kit on the spot.
It was a
and
great kit.
Chimera did the ability icons
And the
the
art.
splash art for
Yeah.
it. Corpus, the Nightmare Goat, who's got some similarities to Samuel's kit, ultimately, actually. But
I haven't seen it in years.
Waking
I have
Nightmare.
to go look, but the community wants Corpus.
was quite OP.
Yeah.
Quite OP, that kit. The ultimate, I believe, was made all... I can't remember if it was all heroes, just everyone, or if it was just all enemies. It's probably all enemies. Just attack each other.
Oh, jeez.
They just
That's
start
fantastic.
just start attacking each other. Okay.
Stop
So
hitting
that
yourselves.
is Corpus, the Nightmare Goat, who was the goat of Julia and Arden, who was killed by Kestrel
Yes.
in the Stormguard attack on Arden and his family.
That's right. I did not expect the community to go nuts over a goat, but I'm so glad they did.
So what was the story?
The story of the goat? That was the story.
What was the story?
That the goat haunts Kestrel in her
So
dreams.
tell me that story.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Once upon a time, Kestrel was asleep, and I'm hearing voices, and then
Kestrel.
Bao, save
wait,
me.
Let's do this. You play act Kestrel, and Shinkaigen will play act Corpus the Nightmare Goat.
No.
Ready? So you be Kestrel. You're waking
No,
up.
I want.
You're waking up.
What does Kestrel say?
Kestrel be, I'm just waking up.
She's grumpy all the time.
So,
She's like, leave me alone.
all right, this is improv now. So Kestrel is like,
She's like, leave me alone. I don't want to wake up.
and the Nightmare Goat is like,
Bah.
and Kestrel.
The Corpus is a girl. Do it in a girl voice, Shin.
Bah.
And
I did not know that Corpus was
So
female.
you're just
and then
Ke-
Kestrel, shaking with
You're
fear.
not the narrator. You're Kestrel.
I'm Kestrel. I have to say the things.
Yeah.
I get my bow. Lightning bolt.
I'm already dead. Why
I
would
know.
you get your bow?
So as I shoot and shoot and shoot, and the goat doesn't stop, and it's still got like the arrow through its neck,
This is a
and
lot
it's
of
coming.
exposition.
Oh, that's what I do. I do a lot of exposition, and then I edit it out in future drafts. There wouldn't be a lot of, what are you? Like, what kind of dialogue would she have with the goats? Heal. Like, what would you say?
Shin, what does Corpus sound like?
The bah? I don't even think a female goat sounds that different from a male goat.
Shh, hush, hush, hush. This is lore. Hashtag this is lore.
There you go. This did not go as I planned.
Because I'm bad
I
at
thought you would
this.
embrace the character. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Nimmet, pass the headset to Nimmet.
Yeah, please.
Pass the headset to
Bye,
Nimmet.
everybody.
Nimmet, oh, don't go away, please.
Oh. Are you going to do the goat voice?
Yeah. So Nimmet is now gonna play a Kestrel in a scene. This is improv, okay? Nimmet, you are Kestrel. You have just woken up. You've woken up, and your mind is filled with haunting images of a nightmare goat with a spiral horn.
Do I see the arrow?
Scene.
That looks like one of my arrows.
In your Kestrel voice.
That looks like one of my arrows.
And Shin, keep going, Shin. This is now a Shinkai
Why
Gang
did
production.
you kill me? Why?
You could go join the corner with all the different apparitions. Now go to bed. Go away. I want to go back to bed. Does Corpus just go in the
Shin!
corner? Sweet. I go back to
Corpus is sad. Corpus has nothing to say.
Why is Corpus talking in the third person?
Corpus doesn't know. Corpus is a disembodied goat.
All right. So we're gonna all take improv lessons. After this is over.
I thought I did pretty well.
Oh, you have a meeting. All right. So, which meeting? Oh,
we all have a meeting.
We all have a meeting. Are we up? I want that guy to come back and tell us. I want Tom to come back. I can't remember his player name.
What is Swing? It's from
Space Monkey? Space Monkey. Okay. I need Space Monkey to come back and tell us if we're officially up and if we can end the stream or not. But thank you so much, Sugar Venom. Say goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
Thank you so much, Sugar Venom. That was fun. Yeah, see, the chat's all over this. They were all ready for this. They're all ready. Bah, my cheese would have been good. See, they got lines for you and everything.
You should have been the one voice acting
we miss
it.
you, Urban Yeti.
You should have been the one voice acting this one.
I should have been the one voice acting.
You would have been a great voice actor. I had different fluctuations of voice, but
the game is live. You should go play.
Are you saying that?
Yes, update 2.7 is live. Go play Reza, the fiery assassin.
I'm trying to wonder. Didn't you say it wasn't up?
No, it's up.
It's up.
As far as we know. Can we get a word?
So
yeah,
it looks like
I
China's
just want
the only one
verification. It sounds like we are live everywhere except in China, where they're still deploying. All right, so people are just hanging around for fun at this point, I guess. It's up. If you're up, download, play the game, get your glory refund. But what are they saying to each other? Scarves? Are they making out?
They're talking about you. They're laughing about something about you. I don't know what it is.
Right.
I can't hear them.
I believe we're up. I believe all things are good. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing Vainglory. With that, we're going to go ahead and host a friend of Vainglory. It's his birthday. Go please say hello and wish a happy birthday to FlashX of TSM. We're going to host him now. Go say happy birthday to FlashX with a super evil mega raid. Hashtag super evil mega raid. All right, we'll see you next time. Go play 2.7. Thank you for being a part of the community. Bye-bye.
Enjoy the patch, guys. Take care.